Computer, please. Thank you, computer. Okay, we're going to start off by collecting experience from last session. So we're going to go down this list real quick. Not sure if she hears me from across the room. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty loud, so. All right. Did we learn something new and important about the largest threat in the world? Yeah, I would agree, but what do you guys think?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, 'cause
All right.
we know that they're like trans-dimensional, basically, because they can like walk through wall. They're like using the walls to go into different dimensions.
Did we save someone from the machinations of evil and forces at play?
No, not really.
Okay, that's a zip.
Unless we saved that like one kid, but I don't think we really saved him.
They seem to not get him. They seem to grab the person next to him. Particularly there. Did we learn something new about the important? Did we learn something important about one of the magical heroes? Throw me a case. Did we?
Didn't I transform?
You did. Yeah, you got a
So-
big head. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm saying everyone learned that what my transformation is like.
All right.
Did we learn? Did we learn that we all work for the same same?
Oh
Kusa?
yeah, that
Did we
too.
learn that all of you have a ring on you somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a pretty big deal.
Yep. Did we learn something about the source of a hero's powers? I will give you this one because he is a mental-based character and his head expanded. So, you know what? That one I'm not even gonna make you ask about. I'm just gonna give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
So how does XP even work? Where would I put it?
Right, so XP, there is a box for XP on your character sheet. After 6 XP is earned, you can exchange it in for a heroic achievement point, which I will get into after this. And then you can use those to improve your character.
Yeah, right. So total right now we have like 3 or 4 XP from this past session.
So totally right now we have a total of 3, not including your failures.
Okay.
All right, and now, sorry, everyone gets 1 XP. If you answer, if I answer 3 or more of these questions, everyone gets 2. Perfect. So that means we're getting 3. That's what it means. It's not, you don't have to answer correct yes on all of these. It just have to answer at least 3 or more.
Okay, so wait. So if we answer the questions, we all get 2 XP.
Well, if you can give me reasons why that these things are true. So you've gotten 3 of them, so that doesn't matter. You're still getting a flat 2. So you're getting 2 and then 1, so 3. 3 XP plus whatever your failures are.
What is the 1 for? Sorry.
No, that's fine. So if you can answer 3 of these, right, you'll get 2 XP as a group. And then you have 1 XP, you usually just get 1.
Okay, just base, okay.
Right, so you're getting that, and then plus whatever failures you earned. So 3 from the end of session, and then whatever you earned from last time.
So we got 3, so I guess 7 total?
Yep, and you can turn 6 of that in to get a heroic achievement point, which I will go over.
I have 9, so I'm gonna
look at you.
3. Oh yeah,
Yes.
you know me.
Beginning session, try to glimpse the truth.
I'm gonna say I had 3 failures. Is that cool?
Yeah, that seems fine.
Put on 3, 3.
I don't think I failed last session.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
Now that I think about it, I failed a bunch last session.
I think
Like I actually remember specifically failing a lot.
That's fine. I will let you have it.
But I don't.
I'm sitting here like, oh sorry.
Sam, no, go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like Claire accidentally got cut off. See Claire.
Anyway, I didn't count, so that's on me.
I mean, look, do you want to get like a default number, or do you want to just say you didn't count it, so you didn't get it?
No, I'm saying it's 3. I'll just go with 3. I think that's fair.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so you have 6 at this point. So you still get the upgrade, and now you'll know to count.
Right. Okay, let's look at heroic achievement points. Your first group, blah blah blah. What? So, just so you guys know, the book is good about certain things. One of them is not how it's put together. So you could look at like XP, and then you're like, okay, the next thing rationally would be, how do I spend it? Then it's not necessarily in the same place. Okay, so let me go back to. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use the PDF. I got an idea. I know what I'm looking for.
So we like exchange 6 points for a
For a heroic
thingy-mabob, yeah?
Yeah. It's there we are. Advancements. Page. Oh, what the hell? It was 51. Okay. Heroic advancement. You reset your XP 0 or subtract 6 from your total XP if you have more than. And your next heroic achievement, you're going to gain 6. We get that. When you decide to use a heroic achievement to expand your character, you mark that next to the line indicating where it has been used. So, to raise a stat, you can actually spend from 0 to 1 is only 1 heroic achievement. From 1 to 2 is 2 heroic achievements. Yeah, okay, and then it scales. Yeah, 2 to 3 is 3 heroic achievements. So that's just stats. So to increase a stat, it costs exponentially more heroic achievement points.
So to go from a 1 to a 2, I need 2.
Right, and to go from 2 to a 3 is 3.
Hmm.
So
okay.
Yeah, I also, when you transfer your XP into a heroic achievement, you should write a sentence in that other page that tells you like basically something you learned. You know what I mean? Like it's like a record of your actual achievements as a character. You can do that or not. I'm not gonna look at your sheet like that, but it's just something fun that you can do. Let's see. One achievement can be spent to get a new move of your chosen aspect. So, for example, everyday identity, magical archetype, or mystical connection. Or yep. Or you could spend an achievement point to gain a new tag on a weapon that you have. Now, if you want to grab a move from a different archetype, this is where it gets real fun. You could spend 2 achievement points and then take from a different everyday identity or magical archetype.
Oh my god.
Yeah, advanced.
Oh, that's so cool. I like that.
Yeah. But it's more expensive because it isn't your pure format. So
Right. Well, that's tantalizing.
I know, right?
I got a question though before we continue. Since we are going through all this XP stuff,
Yep.
are you planning on after we finishing up this adventure, are we gonna stick with this or are we going to be doing something else?
Okay. So what I said when I initially started this was this is a little like I'm setting it up as you could complete this and call it a day on the adventure, or I have enough in the can that we can continue and have an actual full campaign because I have all of that stuff kind of already fleshed out. I just have to like like I said, fill in like details for them, for the people involved. But there is enough for me to run it as a full campaign if people want. I am if people want this, and if
But
not,
with these characters.
with this arc, yeah.
Huh.
You will continue with these characters if I continue it as a campaign. I'm not going to suddenly make people make new characters. That's
Yeah.
So I'm running it as a starter thing, and then if people want to, I do have a continuing plot. That's what I'm doing.
All right, I was just curious because if we're I wasn't like if we're gonna be talking about spending XP and such, is there any point if we're just gonna stop?
I mean, like I said, if I'm going with what the group majority is, I have plenty of details to have an actual campaign, but I just wanted to give people the option to spend their XP because they've earned it and it's in the rules. So
That makes sense, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was just curious.
I get it. You're like, what's the point of customizing my character if I'm not going to use it that much? Well, that doesn't, at the end of this arc, we can decide whether or not we want to keep going. If players want to come in or come out, you know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. We can decide that at the end of the arc. you know?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, all the rules for that are in the advancement section from 51 to basically, yeah. So it's just 50 and 51. That's where you find all the information on. Sorry. So 50. 51 and 52 is where it shows you how to adjust your character. It's only 2 pages of
Can I
information.
see it in the book?
Sure. Should be the same pages in the book. So. Yep. Advancement. It starts here.
Oh, interesting. To go from negative stat to
You can come up
0.
with
Yeah,
negative
yeah,
stat.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Is
it's
that-
like it's also exponentially expensive in the other direction.
Hey, Zeppo.
So wait, what is it to go from a negative to a 0?
-2 to a -1 is 3 points. -1 to 0 is 2. 0 to 1 is 1.
Oh, okay, all right.
Every time you fail a roll, you get XP.
Yep.
I don't think I was doing that.
Yeah, again, people need to track their XP for their failures. So we just went over some stuff with the other players about how to do XP. The general majority is that we earned 3 XP for the group plus any failures you had. I don't know how many failures you had, Zeppo.
I don't remember if I had any. I think I might have one. I'm just checking my notes.
Well, I know we started out last session. I know we started out with like 2 or 3.
Well,
And
you can
then-
still.
I did, or the group?
The group did.
Oh,
because,
okay.
because no one had really tracked it the first time, so he just said, all right, let's just have everybody start out with.
Your
Good.
XP carries. So if you earn stuff in the first day of play, like first
Okay, I see. I failed convince.
Yeah, you don't have to track exactly what you failed, but you can just
count them.
every
yeah.
time you fail, you get
Yeah.
you get an experience point.
Yep, yeah.
Just so you know.
Okay.
That's
so-
fine.
So I would subtract 6 from this, and then I get 1
You go
heroic,
heroic
achievement.
achievement point, and if you want to, there's a section to write what you've learned in the next page. But that's
what this is?
yeah, that's completely up to you.
Okay.
I
I don't know what I've learned.
No, that's
so-
fine. So yeah, it comes down to that we've worked it out to on page 51 and 52. There's a thing that shows you how to spend your heroic achievement, and so you earn that by cashing in 6 XP. And we already have a baseline of 3 because the rest of the group answered those questions, and whatever XP you earned from last session is going to get added to that. Okay. Everybody good on that?
Yeah.
All right, and then how to spend it is again shown on those pages. You can increase stats, you could buy moves, but if anyone has any direct questions, I feel free. I know Zeppo just literally came in the middle of my explanation, so.
Oh, okay. Any of your chosen aspects.
Right, you can get another move from something you already have a finger in, but if you want to go to a different one, you have to spend more.
Hey
So-
Brian, can you
Yep.
it's probably I don't know how far back it is, but can you repost the Glitter Hearts book in the in
The chat?
Messenger?
Sure,
Yeah.
I can do that. That is
I
not a
got
problem.
you because I just opened it as well here.
Oh, it's fine. It's also in the Discord as well, but it's kind of buried. So
I posted it in the Zoom chat.
I forgot we had a Discord.
that's it. It's used for stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'll look at it. I'm always on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to use Discord more.
You should. It's a
Yeah,
good.
you
It's a
do.
good tool.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I actually moved it. No, that's fine. I'll just use this thing.
Luna and I are part of a team at school, and I opened up a new Discord for that, and we're actually going to build all of our training stuff in Discord. So we're
There
making
you
a big,
go.
yeah. So
Does anyone need anything else while I'm here? Like the study sheet so that you know what moves you can do, any of that stuff?
Oh, I see. So you can add moves here.
Yep. So technically those would get moved to it's
Oh, these are all supposed. What are these 2 lines
So
for?
this top line is to identify. You might have
Oh, I
also
get it. This
multiple.
goes
You
down
might also
here.
have multiple
Okay.
archetypes because you decided to spend in a different cat. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
yeah,
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so I put the book in the chat like you wanted. So you should be able to look at it now.
Fruits basket. This. No, don't save.
So just one quick question. My original archetype was, where is it here? Gifted. So
Yeah.
I had taken wish. So I could theoretically take there in here there's magical assistance or magic has a price. And those are just one to take
Because they're
those.
within your category, yes.
Okay, I'm just using that as an example. I might not spend anything right away, or I'll kind of take a look around and see what is available. So if
My Adobe Acrobat does not know what the fuck copy is.
Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. So Zeppo, did you need any explanation on experience? Because I know you came in late.
No, as I understand it, is that when you have a total of 6 experience, you can spend that to upgrade your character. Is that correct?
Well, you can expend it to get a heroic achievement point, which then you can use to upgrade your character. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So, yep. Each point is worth 6, and then that comes out of your XP bank, basically.
I think I know what I'm doing with my points.
These, why do you have to sound sinister about it? Do it.
I'll be able to get points next session.
In my category, there's a skill. You have limited control over water. You can mold it and shape it. You can shape nearby sources of liquid. There are no more than 5 gallons of fluid. You gain +1 checks when you creatively use water.
I don't want
in
to
a
see you
solution.
bloodbend somebody, please. I'm begging you.
I'm about to say you could do some really nasty things with water.
Yeah, blood
I
is
know.
technically
Oh, no
water.
blood bending.
I mean, what you could do with water is you could. I'm not gonna say it. That's cruel and unusual.
No, you're not allowed that either.
That's very cruel and unusual.
No. Any of the really cruel shit you cannot do with your water ability. It just feels wrong.
That's when you find out we're not the heroes.
Wait, how many gallons of water in the human body?
I mean,
Probably not gallons.
how many gallons of water are in your head? You know.
Google it. Yeah.
Let's
move them all out.
Oh, God, it all leads to his ear. That's fucked up. You need to stop.
Sorry, I blame my other D&D campaigns.
No drying people out like a husk either. I combinations that I'm
They'll
not
be like the mummy.
It says control, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be heroes. That's.
I can mold and shape nearby sources of liquid.
You're supposed to.
Actually, it says I have limited control. I can mold and shape, but it doesn't. I don't know what that means.
It means you could mold and shape water as if it was like a substance that you could just morph, I assume.
Yeah, but does that mean I can make it move? Like, can I send it?
I would assume.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I'm taking the skill. Sounds pretty busted.
I mean, so I was developing, well, I don't want to ruin that gag when we get to it, but there is a combination of abilities that I did for Luda's character that is going to be very funny when they synchronize up.
I'm excited.
So to make things easy, like I always try to do, their character is in the same classroom as you guys, because of course they are. I don't want to make this any more complicated than it needs to be. You just didn't really notice them until they show up, which will happen after we're done doing experience. They're already up to date with everything, at least as far as they can know. So I don't have to do any of that.
That's good.
So is this like a new student or?
No. They've been there the whole time. You just didn't really notice them. It happens.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the girls'
A lot of stuff
bathroom.
going on. A lot of students. You just didn't notice them.
Notice them how?
Well, you notice each other because you decided to all get involved in the thing. This person didn't get directly involved in the thing, so you didn't notice them. You were busy. It happens.
I mean, it could be like 30 students in the classroom. I mean, if your attention isn't focused on every single person,
That's
it
a
would be
big
easy to
classroom. That's a
overlook
huge
them.
classroom.
Right. Exactly.
That's how my high school was.
I went to a small Catholic high school when I was growing up, so the graduating class was 18 girls. Don't
Wow.
worry.
That was
My
very
graduating
different
class
high
was for
school
like
that I went to. That had like 10 people in it.
my graduating class I think was either 1,300 or something like that.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought my graduating class was really small. I thought it was like 180 people, and I recently discovered it was like closer to 500 or something ridiculous.
Wow.
I mean, I wasn't like I had my head like, firmly inserted up my posterior, so I didn't really notice how many people were there.
So nothing has changed, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm a product of the 90s, and I'm still that product of the 90s.
Well, good news. You're going back to your root right here. I just like everyone's done picking their stuff, and then eventually I'll just send me the updated character sheets, but that doesn't have to happen immediately.
Can I give you the update character sheet when I actually get something to update it with?
That's perfectly fine. Like I said, eventually I will need one. For now, I'll just trust that you didn't write something like "I have every power," something like that.
Can I write an I am God?
You can, but I can't see it, so I don't think it's valid.
You're very trusting.
This is a game about trust and
Clear.
friendship. I should be trusting.
Claire, I think you're God.
Okay, good.
You
All right, if
do?
everyone's satisfied with their
Thanks.
choices,
Yeah, buddy.
I think you're
You're,
good
you're
too.
my God.
wrangled.
Yeah. I can bend the blood in your body. I think I am God.
I can control shadows.
You can. Reminder to use any
Ooh,
powers
shadows.
you have to
Wow.
transform, by the way. Except for like a few of you, you have to like shift to your other form to use those. So
Yep.
all right. I think if everybody's good, we can actually go on with the storyline. Because that's okay with everybody.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick check. Derek, you good?
Yeah, do it.
Viola, you good?
I'm good.
All right. Amos, you good?
Yep.
All right. I just like attendance roll call. Dean, you good?
Amos, present.
Uh-oh. I hope Dean's good. All right, and I think Claire was fine at this point.
Here.
Okay. Here, all around. All right. Well, when we last left things, you made a new friend. And his name, for so you can remember it, is Lewis Bren. And Lewis Bren is a very shy, introverted, possible ghoulish friend. He eventually leaves the table because this has been the most social interaction he's had in a long time, and proceeds to go back to wherever it was he was sitting. He just wants to relax, The real question is, lunch is ending soon, and you have now been presented with the new evidence that things are very wrong, and you just lost another cheerleader somewhere in the background. There's two ways I can play this. One, I'm just gonna say this as a group because it's jumping into a chat and the jumping out of a chat is annoying. Eddie, are you the kind of person that would approach them because of the weird shit that's going on, or are you the person that's just gonna keep observing them until it gets weirder?
I'm the kind of person Eddie is the kind of person who would keep their head down.
Okay. All right, then I'll have to do it the other way. Basically everyone else is going to make perception checks that you're noticing them. That's what's going to happen probably then.
Yeah, because Eddie was pretty weirded out when Lewis started just gnawing on a bone.
Fair. It is a very unusual sight, even in a lunchroom. And it was not a
Um,
checkmate. It definitely wasn't. So
And no judging from over here. I don't judge.
so okay. Anyone that feels that they would do this
Yeah.
can make a roll. Let me look at my little sheet of which kind of move makes the most sense. I could be just do it as a physical roll, but I want to make sure that I do it the right way.
So roll for what?
I am coming up with the best way, would best move for the situation.
Like that we're being watched or something?
Yeah, basically.
Right.
It's about you.
what about protect someone?
Definitely
No, maybe not.
investigate a situation. Okay, roll plus mental. That should be easy.
So a quick question. Is
Yep.
it a D6 or what type of die is it again?
2d6 plus your roll.
What is the roll again?
2d6 plus mental to figure out that someone is watching you or not. So in
I
this
rolled
case,
an 8.
Is watching.
yep,
2d6 plus mental.
plus mental.
Well, that's a fail. So it's experience point.
First XP of the day. I'll just take that hold and use it later. You thank you.
Every time you look over, I just avert my gaze. That's what's going on.
I rolled an 8. Not sure if that's a pass or not.
Okay. So in this situation, you're not. It's not a question you're asking, so it's just a success, pass or fail. So you're good.
I
Okay.
rolled an 11.
I look up and I stare right directly into his eyes. There, is it a girl or boy?
Okay. That's
Or they?
normal,
He, him.
Him. Okay. I stare into his eyes.
Who are we talking about?
there is across from you. There is this student who is in your homeroom, so you know who they are. This student called Eddie is looking straight at your table, and it looks like he's kind of a little bit in shock, but he's like trying to hide himself. It's like when you gasp and you try to like put your hand over your face and hide a bit.
I'll do a little wave.
Oh dear.
I
Just
think
staring right
Eddie
at
is just like hiding under a book right now.
He's very shy.
Oh no.
Well, I go back to eating.
Can I
Clearly
be
he's harmless.
Can I be confrontational?
That's up to you.
Of course you will.
It's
Jacob.
It's
So
a role play game.
yeah, of
Decide.
course I would be. Yeah, I rolled an 8, so I think that's a 8 plus mental, so it's
Yep.
definitely a pass.
All right.
I also rolled an 11.
So pretty much, except for like I think one person failed. Everyone else just turns and sees you, like because they felt the thing on their shoulder. They all turn.
Hey, bookworm.
Oh my god!
Hey,
Great, guys.
bookworm. I think you're sitting at the wrong table. You might want to move over here.
Do you know
Oh.
him? I look at you. Do you know him?
What?
Are you friends with him?
I don't have remember that last session my character was
doesn't have any friends.
after last session my character was pretty distraught. I'm making friends all the time. I'm brand new here. I'm Mr. Popularity.
All right, I put my food down. Would you like to join us?
Sure.
Wow, you made an unsound decision. All right.
I will
Wow.
join you. Sure.
Wow, is it really that easy to make friends?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
It's
I
high
will-
school. It's so easy to make friends.
I've been doing it all wrong.
I mean, to be fair, Eddie has been eating alone this entire time and would welcome a change of pace.
Well, we're between the misfit table and the outcast table, so you're welcome here.
I just want you to
Yeah,
know
we're collecting quite a assortment of friends, you know, bone guy,
So
nerd guy.
Eddie will introduce himself. So like Eddie will say, "Hi, I'm Eddie."
I give a nod. The name's Claire.
What's up, dude? Amos.
feel free to describe yourselves to each other because obviously just a name is kind of like okay, and what does that mean?
So Eddie is sort of a scrawny looking kid. Not you wouldn't say like, wayfishly thin, but very like much like they are not like the buffest kid you've ever seen. They're a little bit taller, and they have dark black hair. I would say that they look a little bit pale.
Oh, great.
Oh man, that makes 3
Are
of
they a
us.
vampire?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. Yet.
No, they just look a little pale. And they're holding a book on it's what was the book about? I know it's a very specific book. I think it's actually like it's a story, like a local story. Like a
No, I get. I think I get what you're getting at.
yeah.
Local lore, his like sort of like spooky story, maybe, or
Yeah. Basically it's
you know, whatever.
you could say it's just like a novel someone wrote, who's a local novelist who wrote about the area. Whether or not that piques your interest or not, that's what they're holding.
You want us to all explain what we look like to her? To Eddie?
It is up to you. I'm not gonna like force you to do it, but it might be helpful just so they get an idea of this group.
So Derek was kind of was the one that didn't notice you at first because he was kind of paying attention to where our other new friend went off to Lewis. Just out of like, oh gee, I should probably keep an eye on that kid because I think he might try to eat someone. And then you are invited over and you start talking and Derek like turns and looks and is just like just gets this like Derek is also fairly pale with fairly dark hair, wearing a hoodie and pretty nondescript, just
You guys are great.
not really goth, but very just dark, just dark clothing, nondescript, and just looks up at you and just like, hi, Eddie, and just kind of doesn't seem like he knows what to say, and kind of like and then just turns away all of a sudden.
Okay. Anybody else want to do a thing?
No, I can share my screen.
Okay. Let me make sure that I can do participants.
Did you draw your character?
Multiple participants can.
No, I just stole an image off the
Okay.
internet.
Oh, that would have been easy for me.
Here's what she looks like.
Oh, cute.
This is Claire.
This is Viola.
Oh.
Claire does not look like that.
Claire does not look like that. No.
See, I knew we should have been set in Japan.
Oh my god. It would have been so hard for me to try to do a good impression of how a Japanese school is run. Okay, I have no experience physically with that. It would be based off of just like secondhand and third-hand, like third-hand, whatever information.
Based off of all the anime you've ever watched.
All right.
Yeah, Viola doesn't introduce herself though. She just says, "Hi Eddie, how have you been doing?"
Like she knows everybody in class. So it's like, okay.
Oh, okay. I probably have seen this person around.
Oh, she's right next to you. She's in the front row.
Oh yeah, we're in the same row, so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
she's,
okay.
she's your next door buddy.
yeah, that makes sense.
Nice. It's nice to have someone next to me because everybody else is in the back of the
Everyone
class.
hides at the back of the classroom or the middle.
That's hilarious. I've been up there taking notes constantly. That's what you would have seen.
You could take notes from the back.
You could take notes from the back, but this character might have an undiagnosed vision issue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thick
All right.
glasses. Thick glasses.
Reading all those books.
Too many books. There's never enough books, I lie.
The
Always
eyes are
read.
just focused in.
Okay. So it's either, I guess if we're gonna go around, it's basically what, Claire, Amos, or Dean.
Yeah, sure, I can go next. All right, when you come over, you notice you see a girl. She has dark like not black hair, but like very dark brown. Very like some parts like the edges are dyed black. Like she needs to dye it again. She wears dark clothes. She also wears very similar to Derek dark clothing. And
I'm noticing a theme.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't make them pick this color coordination, but they decided it on their own.
it all came out. It's really weird how it all kind of happened.
Eddie is wearing a white dress shirt. Just for the record.
Okay.
There we go.
She has like a sweat. She had like her unzipped sweatshirt on. She sits there, gives a wave. You see that she's like focusing on eating her food, and or paying attention to what just happened in the lunchroom. She gives you a wave, like not like a big wave, like a little tiny little
Oh,
thing.
okay. You can just send a picture. That's it. That's fine.
Probably draw a picture. You know what? I'll get well, once I'll try to find an art image. Once if this game continues, I'll actually draw an actual picture.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. If people, I'm assuming that means that if you want to see Zeppo's character, just go to chat and look at a picture. That's basically what we're gonna go with, right? Zep.
Oh, he looks so normal.
Yeah, he's pretty normal looking. He's kind of goofy, like awkward. If you were to like look into his eyes or like look into his soul, so to speak, like you could sense like underneath the beaming personality, like there's this deep level of sadness or struggle.
In your turmoil.
Okay.
Wait, who's this character again? I'm trying to keep track.
This is Dean Gray.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess taking notes is probably a thing with this. It's a
Yeah.
big group.
Amos's picture is just like so random.
Yeah, that one's great.
Like
That
everybody
is
else.
perfect. That's exactly what I picture you as. I mean, not even in character, but in real life.
Wow.
That's exactly.
Honestly, like not that far off.
Wow.
He just took like a high school photo and just like, yeah, this is what my character looks like.
That's just my photo from high school.
I mean, it's not my photo,
Okay.
but no.
Yeah,
No, so I mean, yeah, so I posted a photo, but also I'll add that in general, Amos, like his clothes are generally kind of disheveled. Is that the word? Like it's just like in general, like very messy, and his like this haircut is really nice, but in general, my haircut is pretty bad. Like it just nobody really like his parents don't really take care of him that well, so it's like he doesn't really get the proper care like a regular haircut or good clothing or
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you walk over to a table full of people either wearing black or disheveled clothing.
Except for me.
Except for
Jola.
Nice.
There. On the bright side, it's the person you sit next to, so that's kind of cool. At least you know someone here. Yeah. Scene continues. You guys, lunch is going to end in a short while, but you guys can feel free to talk.
All right. So, did we want to go look into that thing before lunch is over?
I mean the wall, or
Yes, the thing.
yeah.
Hey, Bookworm, did you see anything? I mean, did you see anything funny?
Anything funny?
He's got a name.
Jeez.
I gave you all names. Come on. I mean, see, I mean,
What was
look,
my name?
who are you again?
Wow.
I just met you. I mean,
No, we've been in class together.
It's Eddie. It's Eddie.
well, I'm gonna call you Bookworm. Hey, did you see anything funny? Okay, okay, I'll spell it out for you. Did you see somebody disappear through that wall?
No.
I give. I'm like, are you?
I
thought,
think I would have remembered that.
Yeah, me too. And the problem is I
I'm
do
sorry.
remember that.
I'm sorry. My friend has been drinking.
What?
I have not been drinking.
Not
Say
I
we
mean
had-
this
Wait,
I
yes,
mean
you
this
were.
milk is fortified with vitamin D. That's
What, you mean calcium?
it says
No,
right
vitamin D.
here. It says right here, fortified with additional vitamin D.
What was
It's
that
good.
entire
It's
thing
good.
you
It's
did
good
with
for
the?
your. It's good for your bones.
What was that entire thing you did with the other? Remember that other dude that you gave your drink to?
Well, that's the jerk here, the Derek. He's the
What?
one. Derek is the one with
He's not a jerk.
his last name is Dirk. Come on, it's not that difficult to make the leap from Dirk to jerk. Anyway, not important.
That's a little bit judgmental now.
Our mighty
I mean,
hero.
that's
Thank you.
Oh.
I think that's a fair judgment. Judgment has been passed, and
Okay, Mr. Mensa's past judgment. Okay, listen, I get it. But look, you're making me lose my train of thought. Welcome to what are we calling ourselves again?
Okay, out of character. It's sort of out of game. The entity Toby that gave you the ring called you the Eldritch Knights. You don't have to stick to that. And also,
But we don't know that yet though. What's the name? The clo. I see you like to read. Can you write? We're the cloven foot investigators.
Oh right, sorry.
yeah. I mean, we're the investigative journalism club.
Yeah, you're the news club, right?
Yeah, you want to join?
Wait, how did you hear about us?
I mean, there's been kind of talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, the new news
That's
club.
pretty
That's
awesome.
I mean, that's news.
I mean, you're right. That's
Oh,
you're pulling my leg.
I go over and I'm like, are we? I'm looking at you. I'm like, are we? Giving you a look of, are you sure?
Wait, me, Eddie?
Yeah.
No, not you. Looking at the person talking.
Oh, Dean.
Dean,
Looking
me?
at Dean. Yeah.
What?
I go over, whisper here. I whisper here. How do you even know that he even has any powers? We're just gonna tell everybody. That was whispered.
I mean, look. I mean,
feel free to make a perception check.
You can totally make a perception check. By the way,
what is it?
I will make a perception check.
Glimpse the truth? Yeah, this is a glimpse the truth. People
All
are
right.
talking about you in the background.
oh, I'm definitely talking about. I'm then not. I
That's
was
why
not
it's a roll
hiding
and not
it.
just you hear.
So what kind of roll would
Absolutely
that
not
be?
hiding
That's
it.
just roll plus mental. You're just like at a table. People are talking in the background. You actually would have to focus though to hear it.
All right. I got a 4 on the die, and then I
Okay.
would add my mental. So
Well, it was 2d6. So
right, yeah.
Okay.
So 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay.
Yep, it's still a success.
Okay.
So yeah, one turns to the other and is like, are we just gonna announce this to everybody? I mean, come on. And like,
Oh, okay. That's really weird. Okay.
like you're not there at the table, like not like 5 feet away.
I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, look, she's reading a book. She's got to be trustworthy. I mean, sorry. He's reading a book.
Or you trust everyone who reads a book?
I mean,
sorry.
Most people don't read books. That's
Like,
that's a problem of society. It's
I'm
a
not-
decline.
I'm not saying that he is not a nice person. What I'm saying is that we shouldn't just walk up to every single person and say this. Do you understand?
I guess. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's just a feel. It's just a feel.
Should I
and
be
he's
here?
heard.
What's up?
He's heard of us.
Hold on. Yeah, sure. Eddie, what did you say?
Do you want me to leave?
No, you can say
They're gonna
no.
feel
It's not that. It's not that. No, you can say I'm just asking my friend why he's
Why are
I
you
just hmm?
Oh, hold on. All right, that's all good. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, I need to cool it. I'm sorry. You know,
No,
I'm
that's
I'm
fine.
just gonna get this off my chest before it goes any further. This whole situation is overwhelming for me, but it's not you. A lot's happened to me recently, and I've been, I'm new here. I've met a lot of new people, and I think I've made friends. And I'll cool it. A lot of this is just my own personal defense
Mm.
mechanism.
Just relax. Take
Yeah,
it easy.
that's what I'm saying I'm gonna do. That's
Just
exactly.
chill. Just chill. It's okay.
Yeah, I can
All
I can do
I was
that.
saying was like
But I'm especially gonna chill with this whole, inviting people.
no,
And
you can
and
invite people.
and
Like
well,
no, he's
I'm
more
not.
than welcome to stay at the table. We can
Yeah,
become
well,
friends with him. Just I not
Whole
just
thing is like unfolding in front of Eddie, and they're just having these side.
Yeah, I think Eddie is like Eddie is trying not to trying to pretend like they're not hearing any of this.
Derek is gonna stand up next to Eddie and be like, so Eddie, you're one of the better students in class, right?
Uh,
Mm,
I mean, I I do make an effort.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I'm trying to get good grades. I don't want to have to repeat any classes or anything like that. Yeah, I mean don't mind Dean. He's been pretty stressed out about some stuff. And
we
so
just
I mean you know about the cheerleader that's missing, and he I kind of like glance over at the wall. There
Samantha,
might be
right?
more. Samantha, yeah, Samantha Sweeney. Yeah, she everybody's you know a little weirded out by that, and we've been kind of looking around and kind of gathering up some information, and something strange is going on.
I mean, it's
That is
strange enough that they called an assembly, right? She hasn't been missing for very long, has she?
no, I mean like probably like an hour, and they called the assembly. I mean that alone is really strange. Like almost like they know something's going on. But
Mm.
and I kind of like glance over at the wall again. I'm like, and I'm not going to be surprised if we get something else kind of thrown at us, because I think someone else just got right. I mean that's what happened. Somebody else might have also gone missing real recently.
You knew something that I don't?
I mean, uh,
I assume
yeah,
looking down at your book when this happened. That's what I assume happened. You weren't really looking for danger. You're like doing this.
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, if you want to help us, kind of look through the information that we've been gathering, and and tag along with us, because another set of eyes and and another opinion is definitely welcome. Um, but it it might be weird, and we don't want you to get freaked out. That's all.
yeah,
Because
sorry, just
we're all a little freaked. We're all a
it's
little
just
freaked out,
I mean,
honestly.
just breathe, just breathe. Like
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. No, I mean we're
if you need a hand, I would be happy to help.
All
And
right. So I wasn't well, at least if you're gonna be following us, just know we're looking it's at this point you if you're gonna be helping us out, at least you should we're definitely noticing something weird and possibly supernatural happening around school, and we're just investigating it.
sure, I mean, the
If
only
you're
way to
wondering, I was just telling I wasn't quite sure how you would take it, which is why I was trying to tell my friend that not to just go up to every single person, but it seems you seem like to have a leveled head on your shoulders at the very least.
There's not much that can't be explained if you really look into it. So
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like.
So,
Wasn't trying to exclude you or anything. That wasn't.
so
what
are
I
you
was-
saying you don't believe in the supernatural?
I would say that there's a logical explanation for most events.
It's definitely something supernatural.
Eddie doesn't know that yet, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, I mean, let's just follow the evidence and see where it takes us. We still have some stuff to go through, right?
You have some
You're
really notebooks for sure, full of like
we have
creepy
we
fucking stuff.
we came into procurement of some of Samantha's things
Robbery.
found.
Straight up robbery.
You took
No.
notes, it seems.
Yeah, no, we definitely took some notes.
Do you mind if I go over these?
Yeah. Why don't we? I mean, I don't know how much more time we have before the next class, but yeah. Why don't you take a look at what we got here?
Are you
What do you guys-
skipping to the parts where like in the notebook, or are you letting them just have free reign and poke through them? Just so I
I would say that we've probably determined things that were definitely not important and kind of so we had everything in 2 book bags and we
Yeah.
probably kind of like gotten all the unimportant stuff into 1 book bag and then the more important stuff into another book bag. So probably just start like feeding her some of the more him some of the more important stuff.
right.
So
I'm assuming that
way-
we have limited time at lunch, though.
Yeah. Lunch is
Yeah.
like I said. I was extending it to get you guys to have conversation, but yeah, it is going to be ending shortly. So you're probably going to
Yeah.
have to drag this to a different room.
Yeah, give
Oh, yeah,
give the
I
books
have-
give the books to the book person. I agree.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, here's a couple of the things that way you're not like too overwhelmed. And then when you're done with those, I'll swap out. I'll give you a few more things, and I'll take these back. And Dean can carry the unimportant stuff because he's not here right now. I don't think. I mean, Depot isn't.
He's here. He's just being quiet. He's
No,
running.
I mean, no, Depot's just not here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lump it onto the cardboard guy. Yeah, and I mean, you're in our next. I think we're actually all kind of in the same classes, right? Are we in the same
Yep, you're all
classes?
next.
Oh yeah, we have the same homeroom.
You're
I've
all
seen you
going.
around.
Yep, you're all going to English class next.
Yeah. So perfect. I mean, English class. There'll be lots of reading to be done there. So yeah, let's all head to English class and like Dean hefts this really heavy backpack because it's got his stuff and then a bunch of other stuff now in it, and he hefts this.
Oh, okay. Is the school day broken down into blocks of time? Is that how this
It's
works?
blocked in, yeah, it's blocked into time slot. So you have because of the way the assembly happened, you ended up missing something, and then it moved from there. So right now it would be English. According to the way that your day works, since you'd all be going to the same school, I could start from top to bottom if you like, so people can get an idea of what their school day is. Homeroom, history, science, math, lunch, English, PE, elective or free period, end of day, and then like after school activity.
Okay, can you repeat that just a little slower? Like homeroom,
that's fine.
history, science.
Sure, I can start at the top. So beginning of the day starts out with homeroom, then history, then science, then math, then there's a lunch break, then it's English, then it's PE, which is physical stuff, elective or free period, which means if you have like a specialty class that you attend, that could be during that.
Ooh.
And end of day, which is like cleaning up, putting your book bags away, that stuff, and then any after school activities. Okay.
You
Got
can
it.
paste that into the chat,
I
maybe?
will. Yeah, I will copy and paste that into the chat. That is a very good idea. And that would let you know. So the next thing up is English. There's no hidden information in that. Okay, good. All right.
Can I also just ask?
Yep.
Were there any other leads that we wanted to try to follow up on, or are we kind of waiting to find the next thing at this point?
That, yeah, you're asking the group, I assume.
I mean, there
Oh,
were
I'm asking.
still the
Yeah.
cheerleaders.
There are a bunch of open leads. I can tell you some of the ones that have been discovered already, but you mostly know the ones I talk about. You have a suspect, or at least someone you suspect, but you don't have any evidence on them. You have
Who was our suspect?
your suspect. Let me go and find names because I do.
I don't know if I wrote that down.
The right places.
Also, what was the bone again? So the bone
Belongs
was like a dog.
like a to a yellow dog, like a yellow breed dog. So like German
Yeah.
Shepherd, Labrador, like that sort of breed.
Right, so that's a lead that we should follow up on.
Linda Lindenmeyer is the lady that you guys seem to be gravitating towards, at least like as a suspect possible. But when you confronted her, the hounds or whatever were able to grab that person and take it through a wall. So she didn't look like she did much of anything. So finding evidence is going to be hard.
You talked to Chad Lucas at some point.
Yeah, Chad. We did talk to
Mhm.
Chad.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, Dean talked to Chad. He actually, I got to give it to Dean. Did pretty well there.
I honestly thought you
and
were
that's
gonna
what-
fail, Dean. I'm not gonna lie, but you did a good job.
Yeah,
Can you
Yeah,
repeat
I
that,
thought-
please? I just want to make sure
nope.
I heard you.
nope, no, I'm not repeating that. Nope.
You said you did a
You
good
can-
job.
We're just talking about
It's
your
already
new
been
friend
recorded.
Chad.
You can go back
You
and
missed
listen to it.
I love always complimenting him. No, I'm not going to repeat it.
I mean, I'm just really glad that we're not peeling you off the ground. That's kind of how I thought it was gonna go.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be. I thought there were gonna be more fireworks.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, you brought drinks, so he was okay.
I definitely gave him the assist on that one. But yeah, no, that was a lot you, buddy. Yeah, so
Well,
let's
I mean, you
let's-
just have to know how to talk to people. That's all.
and sometimes you do apparently. So that's amazing. Let's head to English then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Eddie. Let's I'll
right.
I mean,
To English class with a lot of you. The English teacher is Mr. Duncan something or other. You've
Hello,
met him
Mr.
before. In fact,
Mr.
Alex,
Dunkins?
Mr. Duncan something or other.
Oh yeah, something or other.
Something or other. And
Something or
something or other greets Alex when he comes in because he just talked to him not too long ago. And he will have everybody sit in their seats. Now that everybody is here, I will tell people the seat order in case people forgot, so that like people can talk to each other or whatever. Give me a moment. Seat order. Not. Oh, here we go. Derek is in the back. Amos is in the back. Dean is by the back window. Fiola and Eddie are in the front row. And yeah, that's the arrangement.
Where am I?
Where
there's
are
in
you?
the middle, I
I
think.
believe you're in the back. A lot of people are.
I thought I was on the back too.
Derek, Amos, Viola, Eddie. Huh. Claire, you're not on my chart. Claire, where
I
did you
think
want to be?
Claire wasn't there when we first did that stuff.
Oh, right, she was absent
So
at the beginning. I remember now.
she was absent. Yeah, you weren't. You were literally not at school for the first couple of hours of today.
I probably would be sitting in the back towards the window, next to a window, probably exactly right
in that
behind.
spot. Like a jerk.
are there? Would you say that there are any open seats? Like because now we have some missing students.
Sure.
Too soon.
No, no,
Too
Oh
soon.
wow, harsh.
No. You can do that, but I would assume it's like a roll versus like mystical or something. You're trying to go for luck. Like, is it a seat that I want? You know.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean that is my my gifted ability is to basically have that kind of like weird luck
Okay.
kind of thing happen.
Claire, you can sit
Um,
next to the seat at the window, but Dean is certainly in the one that's in the back window.
Yeah, I think it was actually Dean, Amos, then and then I was next to the door. So I would assume that you would probably be
I'd probably be
either
closer to
on
you, honestly.
on the left
I'd
or
be
the
closer to
right.
Derek.
I
Yeah,
like
I'd be
I always
probably
like being next
to
to
him.
the door just in case I needed to run.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're kind of in the middle then. That's how it ended up, basically. All
So
right.
I'll make a roll to see if there's a seat open where I like. Just
Sure. Roll for
ooh,
it.
I rolled a 10 and it's like and that's actually +2.
12.
So yeah, 12.
Wouldn't you know this
So
is clear?
I'm gonna say that that there was actually a seat open up right behind Eddie. So I'm gonna actually sit up next to right behind Eddie.
Good. That's not awkward.
And
Uh,
hey Claire, I'll why don't you sit in my seat next to Amos, and I'm gonna go sit up next to Eddie and kind of keep an eye on the, that way I can share some more of this information with him.
It's a
okay.
good idea. I give you a
yeah.
nod.
So if you're moving
And
up,
and I also kind of like look over at Amos and give him a little wink.
Right.
so okay, let me get this straight because now you've messed with the order.
Yep.
Let's go. No, David. Okay, Derek has moved to middle because you're behind someone. Because you're
I'm behind Eddie.
right. Okay, that's fine. And then that's fine. And then Clara's still at the back. Okay. Okay, we've arranged that. I just wanted to make sure that everybody had the seat and where they were in case something bad happens, which it could. All right.
Wait, is something that's supposed to happen?
Maybe.
There's no foreshadowing happening here. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. This is English class.
I have a question. If I didn't have the idea of doing something later, why would I keep a seat order? It's good.
Exactly.
No,
No one
you're
keeps
just
a post-it note for no reason.
supposed to know for no reason.
You're just being a really good keeper.
I also like the idea of knowing where you guys are in any given part of the room. Usually.
Yeah.
Where's the fire exit?
Closer to the back, probably.
Do I need to roll for that?
No, not yet. All right. So, Duncan something or other. God, something or other has an accent. He's probably either Dutch, maybe like somewhere in that area, and he goes over about the English language in his accented English, and you guys can kind of decide what you're doing if you're actually paying attention, or if you guys are going to do something else, like I don't know, look through notebooks of a person that was abducted. That's also a thing you could do. But that is, English class is going on, and unless uninterrupted, I will just have time pass.
I am gonna continue looking through notebooks, and then if I find anything that is interesting, I'm gonna point it out to Eddie. So I don't know if there's a roll that I need to make for that.
The problem you're going to have here is that these are notebooks that you've kind of torn through like a bunch of times. Like you've pretty much gotten most of the relevant information out of these. Like there might be little details about like how her and Dean interacted. I mean, no, sorry, Chad. How her and Chad interacted, but not anything appreciable to the situation, I don't think.
So I just want to be clear here. These notebooks are
definitely hers. Yeah,
they're written by Samantha.
Yeah, they're definitely.
Can I ask a question about that? Like,
yeah, sure.
Like, how did you come across this?
Again, we like you said, we took some notes.
We busted into her locker.
I didn't quite take you literally when you said that. Maybe I should have.
Again, yeah, I mean, we knew that something was going on, so we went and took a look, and yeah, and we're gonna put them back, but and we felt like we were the best we were the best option for finding out what was really going on because of just our connection to each
Oh,
other. And
I guess the news agency has a preference for first-hand sources.
exactly, there you go. And it's all kind of just happening organically, if I can use that term.
I see.
Brian, have we seen anything in here about what was it, Linda or Lydia or whatever it was?
Oh, that's a point. You could. I'll give you that one.
Linda.
Yeah, it's just more mental rolls, man. Roll plus mental.
I'm gonna
Can I roll plus
tell Eddie.
mental?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Eddie.
For different information. He's going through notes that he hasn't looked at before. I'll get to you. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I was rolling to look through this.
No. We're gonna.
Well, so
I want to do people one at a time.
So I was gonna say that we're kind of like working to help each other out.
Oh, are you gonna try to do? If you're gonna try and do that, I'm gonna assume that you're gonna be like leaning over from behind the seat to be like, I'm gonna help you with it.
Yeah, this is very conspicuous.
If he does that, he hasn't said he has or not.
I mean, it just depends on how much whatever you call him is how
attentive Duncan is.
How attentive Duncan is, which is something we would know.
A Duncan, man, that is a good point. He's got a Dutch upbringing. He's probably like really paying attention most of the time. So like he's kind of strict, not like mean, just kind of like he would know if something was going on.
Whatever your name is, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Because Mr. Something or other.
Something or other. I'm
something or other. Something or other.
Something or other.
I get your.
Eddie here has offered to give me a little bit of help on some understanding some things. So do you mind if we work together on this?
On this assignment?
I've been struggling with English, and so I feel like
I'm just trying to. Roll if I ever heard a convince roll,
I'm just trying to be a little bit. I'm worse at.
This couldn't be more convince roll if you tried. So hold on.
This is persona, right?
Oh, it's gonna be roll plus emotional. No.
Oh, emotional. That's probably worse.
Yeah. Unless you have an ability to switch to something, but I think it's gonna be emotional by default.
Emotional. Oh well, I'm a 0. I thought it was persona. But that's fine.
Charm, threaten, or hurt. You're attempting to be like, I just need help with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 7, so it's a pass.
7 to 9. They will do it, but only reassure them that their action will. Okay, that's fine. He says something like, "Fine, but if I see you guys slacking off, I'm gonna like go over there and say something."
Absolutely. Clearly, I need some help with my English. I'd be more persuasive if I was better at it. So yeah, Eddie's offered to give me some assistance.
Okay. He's accepted your thing for now. Though if you start looking like you're slacking off because it's not a very high roll, he'll probably be like, "Get back to your seats."
Yeah, sure. And now we should do the working together roll as well.
If you want to do that, yes. But one thing we need to establish before that. What do you think of Derek? Now you can choose. I'll let you choose what you think about him. There's a cooperative relationship or a rivalry relationship. So the real question is, what do you think of him? Because it affects a different role depending on it.
Right. Yes, I see what you mean. I am trying to cooperate with this person. Is that what you are asking?
Well, do you have a cooperative or a competitive relationship with this kind of individual? Is it someone that you would try to compete against at something, or is it someone you would try to be friends with to get help with things?
I would definitely try to at least be amiable to this person.
Okay, so more of a cooperative relationship. So I guess next to it on your sheet, you can put his name and cooperative. So you have kind of a set thing for them. And yeah, so the thing that you wanted to do is called two heads are better than one, which is plus mental plus your roll if he wants to give that bonus. And I assume that's what you're trying for.
Yes.
Okay, now who's doing it? Because either of you can do it at this point. I just want to know who wants to do the roll. And I'm not going to
I would say
each
I would say
other.
Eddie.
No, that's weird.
I would guess that Eddie's probably got better mental.
Yeah, I was gonna make this roll if I could.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's cool. You just roll it. Plus mental. So hopefully this is going to be a success. Unless you
All
roll.
right, that's you add the two numbers together. That's all it is, right?
Add the two numbers together plus your mental.
Okay. That would be an 8.
8. Okay. Cooperation. The target has one forward. But you put yourself in danger. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so you give him a plus forward to his roll. However, if something bad happens as a relation to this, you're also going to be getting the same treatment. So something, if this goes through badly, you get the same.
So
So
which action is this?
So this is called, we can do this together. And the specific one you're using is two heads are better than one, which is
Okay.
the based one. So
Right.
you're looking over his notes. Well, because you're doing it to him. So you're helping him do research and he's getting a bonus. However, if this situation goes sideways, you go with him, basically.
Got it. Yeah, that's I'm all in. In for a
All in.
penny, in for a pound.
Right. So, okay, so you have
So
a
what
plus
am I? So
roll.
what am I adding?
Well, it's basically just a generic +1 to any kind of mental roll or thing involving the notebooks.
All right. So I rolled an 8, so I'm adding 1, so it's a 9.
Okay. One other thing. Following stats depending aided character. Yeah, the aided character gains a PowerPoint. So
So I also gain a PowerPoint.
You do according to the rules.
Nice.
All right. So
now I forget how you use a PowerPoint.
it's just a way to add a bonus to a roll. So you could technically have a +2, but there's other things you can do with it as well.
So because I rolled a 9, I don't know what the consequences are of. I mean, I know a 9's a pass, but it's like a.
No. 9 is a pass. It just means you can hold 1 because what you're doing is you're doing glimpse the truth, looking at the notebooks, pretty much.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What did you want to know that you don't already know, basically?
Well, again, I was looking. I wanted to go back through it, looking for Linda's name and any information that we could find out about Linda. If spending that PowerPoint is going to help me get more information, I'm willing to spend the PowerPoint.
Not really. It's still the same question. You're basically saying with your one hold, what does Linda have to do with this? Basically, that's what you're asking.
And has Samantha actually identified Linda in any place as being part of the problem?
Right.
Just to be clear, this is Linda Lindenmeyer?
Lindenmeyer,
Yeah.
correct. Yep. And as you
why,
guys,
why do we suspect Linda again? What did Linda do that we hate Linda? Like, why do we hate Linda?
It was a conversation that Dean had when he brought Chad. He talked to Chad, and Chad was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh
you
yes,
know,
right.
something about Linda." And so he was talking to Linda, and then Linda was the one. It was Linda's scarf that Dean had found, and so there were just a lot of like weird little pieces of hearsay that were starting to point towards her. So we wanted to investigate her, and really, and I don't think that we necessarily think that she's done anything, but her name has come up in a couple of instances, and so we're trying to identify whether Samantha has identified her as a problem, and so we can continue to dig into her, or if she hasn't, then she kind of becomes a little bit more like, oh, maybe it's more circumstantial, and we need to keep looking for more evidence, one way or the other.
Right.
so okay. So you opened the notebook. So initially, you were trying to figure out what had happened to her earlier in the day and what had led up to this. That's what you were doing before. And so that you understood. This is a completely different kind of question, so no negatives or whatever. You do start finding sections within maybe older notebooks, within other things, where it's like the equivalent of that bitch Linda needs to leave my boyfriend alone. Like he needs to leave her alone, and like I don't know how, but I need to like just put an end to that, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that kind of talk.
And I suddenly just like start hearing Jerry. in the background. Oh, sorry.
Also, you get
right,
a
well,
couple of references to Cherish as well, being like, Cherish says I should try to find another dude because my Chad's interested in her, and I'm like, Chad's the only one for me. Stuff that just because you've talked to them, it's kind of in there also.
Yeah, just cheerleader nonsense. Okay. But this isn't really so clearly her and Linda had some beef, but nothing that would necessarily link Linda to any supernatural or other weirdness.
Yeah, the
that
evidence is real thin on that right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass a note back to Claire, kind of to like let the other three know what's going on as far as that's concerned, because obviously the three of us are up front right now, and the three of them in the back.
Note passing. In a class.
Ooh, are we gonna have to make some roll?
I believe Derek's about to make one. Yeah. Give me a physical roll, 2d6 physical, please.
Oh God, that's my worst.
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. I didn't pass.
Nope. You're not wrong.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a 7 -1, so that's a fail.
You could use your point of power to try to boost that up, if you wanted to go so that you don't have to fail this, or you just fail experience point.
I'm gonna take the fail.
All right,
because I'm gonna take the experience point.
So you guys are chatting. After you chat, he's like, okay. He looks at you guys because you're doing notes and stuff when you're talking back and forth. So they must be doing the right thing. And then suddenly Derek throws a piece of paper over his shoulder or something to try to get to the back row. And he sees it as it goes across the floor. And he looks up from his desk and starts walking down the main aisle in a dramatic fashion. He picks up a piece of crumpled paper and he starts unrolling it slowly and dramatically. And he what's this about Linda Lindenmeyer? And like the echo almost goes into the room. And like, I told you two that if you were gonna work together, you needed to not, clown around. What is this? What is this nonsense? And then this is where you go back to that thing about you fall with him. So he looks at both of you like, I might have to talk to you guys after class because of what you're doing here.
Well, so just so you know, what we're doing is the six of us are helping to start up the investigative journalism.
Convince at a -1.
I'm looking at I'm doing my work. I'm not looking up. I am not being mentioned.
Don't get involved. You're sinking ship.
Derek, we would. I think what he's trying to say is that we'd be happy to talk to you about this after class.
Yeah, we can talk to you about this after class and just straighten this out. It's just a misunderstanding, sir. We're just trying to work on.
I'll just chat with you about this later, but no more of that note passing while I'm here. Okay?
Yes, Duncan.
Absolutely. I just got excited about
Linda Lindenmeyer?
About a lead. We're working on some evidence, and we're trying to
after class, Derek. We'll talk about it after.
You're literally sinking down deeper. Evidence of what? He says.
Derek, we can talk about this later.
I'm literally my head's gonna be
everyone else is just hiding behind books.
Derek, we can talk about this some other time.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just got really excited, sir. I apologize. I sit back down and go back into the notebook.
He'll just sigh. I assume you guys, when he started walking down the aisle, you didn't keep out the notebooks that you had out. I assume you kind of scrambled and like Whatever
well,
was supposed to be there.
Again, it's a notebook in a notebook kind of a situation. Like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
notebook is on the outside, and I'm closing it, and
I went back to my work.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. He comes back. Just kind of gives the Grim a stare. Right. Now back to the thing I was talking about. He points back to the board. Ooh. All right. Yeah, see, that's the fun when things fall on
Wait,
each other.
did we both fail, or like how do I
So you didn't fail the roll. The only roll that was failed was the note pass. So the information was there. And you didn't unfortunately, because he failed a roll, you fell with, you know what I mean? Like, this was the fall with it part because you were cooperating with this whole shenanigans with the notebooks. So
Okay, there's nothing like mechanical I need to write down.
no. It was just a side effect of helping him, basically, is what happened there. Because rationally, if it says you fall when he falls and he does something like that and it's during the same scene, it's definitely you two. Like,
Oh yeah, no,
mean-
there's no hiding that. We were very conspicuous.
very conspicuous.
sorry, Eddie.
Let me just do a quick reference on cooperation. You put yourself in danger. That's exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the way it rolled out. Okay. All right. Anyone else want to make an ass of themselves? Class.
I
I
feel like
mean,
did the right thing.
I kind of want to inspect the notebooks.
Okay. Let's see where you are in comparison to everybody else. You are at the back. You would have to do something to get. At least you could get. No, David moved up to the front to talk to.
No, I mean, I'm
I'm
saying
staying behind.
when we split up the
Oh, you want to
notebooks
look
so that-
at like the remaining note. How many of did you divide them before you went to the class? Like,
No,
Well,
I specifically had said that I put all of the silly nonsense that was unimportant into Dean's bag, and I put all of the important stuff into my bag
mm,
so that Eddie and I could go over it.
so
And
then
so
Amos wouldn't have access to that because it's been split between the two of you. Is what would happen.
No. no, sorry guys. I can try to pass you a note.
He's trying
No,
to.
I'm good.
No,
I'm
Ed would
No.
stop you, I'm pretty sure.
what kind of like not important stuff would be in the not important stuff category?
Daily journal stuff that's extremely boring. Like regular school notes for like classes. Notes about cheerleading that probably aren't going to be very helpful to you guys.
Well, I feel like that still could contain something. Like if there's a mention of a German Shepherd, for example.
All right, I'll tell you what. You can still roll a mental roll, and I'll try to, in my head, think about what would be valid as useful information, if you want.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause it's not like I would have done. Sorry.
8 plus mental, which
It's probably not going to be
is
Earth
10.
Shatter. It's not the crazy notebooks. It's like her generic, normal sort of notebooks.
Sure, but I'm saying, okay, I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Is there any mention of like a German Shepherd or dogs in this like dribble, or or somebody missing a dog?
Okay. I'm trying to think about the best way to put this. So that's not in there. I'm trying to like remember what's because you divided it. So I have to go,
Right.
okay, well, that's not going to be in there.
Right. I mean, it's possible that. it's
No,
not
I get it. She's the kind of person to write. I have to see it from kind of her perspective. So I was like, would she write about stuff?
It could be. It could be even be something as like, oh, that idiot. I don't know. Jessica and her stupid dog ruining cheerleading practice.
Yeah, okay, you do get one. It's a boring reference because it has to be. You hear basically she was trying to do her morning jogs, so that she could get exercise in before class started, and she got interrupted by it by a barking dog, and it will be mentioned that it was on her way to school. And yeah, no, she would write it that way, even if it was boring. Lyndon Lindemeyer's dog was barking at her as she was jogging home. That's a boring entry. And out of context, you wouldn't be like, odd.
Hmm. That Linda person. Okay, well that's interesting.
I'm like trying to think of like, okay, it's still generic, right? So yeah, that's a generic thing. I was going home from school and a dog barked at me and I was very upset.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that's what you get.
Can I make a roll to see if there's anything important in the paperwork I have?
Got that.
Well, isn't it the same paperwork that I'm talking about?
I thought you had separate paperwork from Dean.
No, Dean apparently, because Amos didn't say he had any of the paperwork. It was divided between Derek.
Well, we're in the back, right? So we're sitting next to each other. So
Right. So he's basically going through your
Oh,
back.
okay. Okay.
That's basically
Well,
what-
I was confused because
no,
Derek
you're
mentioned that
correct.
he gave the unimportant stuff to Dean.
Right. So the shell game
Okay.
is Derek has the good stuff. You have the okay slash unimportant stuff. And Amos, since he's sitting next to you, kind of reached into your backpack and looked at some notes. That's basically the play there.
Okay.
So yeah, there's not any boring information has already been extracted from the boring stuff.
Okay.
But basically, oh no, my jogging was interrupted.
Yep.
pretty lame, actually.
This is actually kind of impressive that someone would journal this much.
Gee, it really is.
Yeah, he's a habitual journaler.
I really wish that I had written like a whole lot of entries now all of a sudden, so that I could fill in those gaps. But he journals a lot.
this is actually where ChatGPT might be very useful.
Reminded of those shows where you're like, why would they write this much? It's just in there though. Anyway, yeah, so that's what you got. You're all set. Any other things happening before English class ends?
There is one thing I want to do. Do you have a map of the town? Like,
Who
or
are you asking?
well, is there a map of the town? Like,
I'm pretty sure that Eddie would have something to that would be similar to that, just because of their interests.
well,
you
I
would
don't
have to
even
ask.
I don't even mean like physically. Do we have a map? I mean like, does the
Yeah, we've all grown up here.
Does the
We've
GM
all
have
grown up here.
No,
does the DM have a map?
I have not
But
made
also,
the map of the town, no. But I can tell you generically where things are.
right. I mean, so what I want to do is kind of draw out, because I mean, I guess I would know
Right, you all live here, so
the map. Like I would know the town like by heart, so I know where like all the kids live. So I would want to draw out the
Creepy.
path. The path.
just go
I would want to draw out the path of like the jog that she was doing, and also her path to school.
okay.
So, and also like where Linda's dog was barking at her.
Yeah.
And I wanna. So like, does she always cross Linda's house on the way to school? Or like walk next to it? Or
It
through
would
it?
be in her path to come to school, yes.
Right. So is it possible that, yeah, so something happened. There's something going on at Linda's house. And Maybe she was even kidnapped on the way to school.
No, because she was definitely in school. That was definitely mentioned that she had gotten that Samantha had come to school and seems to have been abducted at school, if I
You
remember
know what?
correctly.
I think we should just go and investigate Linda's house and see what kind of creepy wild stuff she's getting up in there, you know?
I mean, what do you want? I mean, that's I mean, I get that your intent is in the right place, but isn't that kind of creepy? I mean, we're gonna like peek in our window.
I'm gonna say that that's okay because you guys are next to each other. But yes, that's fine. You can say that.
Yeah, it's a little light breaking and entering.
Oh,
Oh.
B&E. Okay, well, I mean, hey, look. I
I'm
mean,
just gonna-
listen. All I'm saying is we could leave the school. We can sneak out of the school, and we can sneak back in later. I mean, they'll just think we disappeared like the other students, and we can make up some concocted story. It'll be fine. We'll sneak out. We'll come back. They won't even miss us. I mean, nobody knows me. I'm new. This is like my second day here, so we can do this. Let's go break in her house. Do you know where she lives?
Yeah.
On board for this.
I'm sorry, but who is this being said in front of?
So.
Oh, I'm kind of
luckily,
leaning
we
over a little bit, like
I
like
mean, we're sitting next to each other, so we can
They were
there
the
can be
back-
whispering.
Talking about B&Es.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I think that's a great idea. I mean, I think it's a terrible idea, but we can work it out. We can, I mean, if it solves the case, we'll be heroes. We'll be accepted as heroes.
Well, let me put it this way, right? We know there is some sort of maybe a cult or something, right? We know that
Definitely
this
watch out for them.
Yeah. So they have to be meeting somewhere to do their dirty cult deeds.
I mean, do you really
Um,
think her parents are gonna let some cult in the house, though?
Her parents might be part of it.
Have you ever seen her
Oh,
parents?
sorry.
I don't even see my own parents. I don't think about anybody else's parents.
Right, so I'm saying.
Well, there is that one house. She's more of like a grandparent. She gives me cookies after school sometimes. I think she feels bad for me.
That makes sense. I feel bad for you too.
I'd tell you to fuck off, but sadly, I think you're right.
What? What was that? What? Puts his head up. Nah, must have misheard something. Never mind.
Well, so yeah, so there's a cult, right? They have to be doing stuff somewhere. This Linda person is clearly a suspect, so we can go see if she has something at her house that is
There are
like
those pictures of those biker dudes. We gotta look out for bikers. Have you seen any bikers? I mean, that's yeah. There were the pictures in her locker. There were of bikers.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
In her locker, there was something I wrote down pictures of people that don't belong at school. Biker dudes, bad dudes, bones in case.
I believe that's preferences. I think we would chalk that up to that preferences and guys that she finds attractive. I think that
Yeah,
was,
I thought that was people she was
no,
associating
they
because
were
there's
like
also
pinups
the
in her
cult.
locker. They were locker pinups of like
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
yeah, just
okay.
assumed it was like it was like
I thought this was like she was like journaling people she was
No,
associating with.
there were little stickers and stuff. If you come back to think about it, they like held the pictures in place. So they were for like hearts and stars.
yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Well, besides the B&E, anything else you guys want to do before we move on?
I'm good.
No, I think that's pretty good.
Look, if
No.
you want to
Well,
sneak
we-
out of school, this is how we do it.
We can just do it.
I'll
We
go-
need to
listen,
speak to
I'll
Duncan,
go
that's all.
I'll just hear me out, please. Okay. I'll get a bathroom pass. I'll leave now. And I'll meet you out by the football field. Come out, like when class ends, I'll disappear. I'll sneak out.
Okay, you
You
guys have
meet
had
up
this
with me.
conversation for a while. Anybody else can make perception checks at this point because this has been
All
going on.
right, I'll make a sitting in the back. I make a
It's basically,
perception
yeah, it's
check
a 6 in mental.
because you guys are whispering for a long
They're
time.
whispering a lot.
He's getting Dean's getting a little excited too.
So the perception is mental, right?
Yeah. I mean, I kept calling it perception, but really, it's you're just perceiving what's going on. So
That's
like
a
2d6 and
Could I make that from the
7.
front, or would I be at a
7.
I would have said no, but they're being very talkative.
yeah, there's
I mean-
obviously talking about something.
Out of
I
character.
haven't
Oh,
I haven't
sorry.
said a word. Really.
So out of character, is it a success? What's the number for like a success? And,
6 or above a 6.
oh, okay. So I perceive them, but lowly.
Okay. What was your roll? Out of curiosity.
7.
Okay. You hear them talking about something excitedly, but you can't quite make it out. You know, like,
I made an 11.
you think you hear the words "fuck you," "B and E," something or other, and like Linda's
Oh.
name gets mentioned. It's a long conversation. Basically, that's the gist. Like, do you want to do a B and E? Is where it's coming down to back there.
I am hiding behind my book further.
All right, listen. I'm gonna go now. I'll meet you at the football field after in between classes. Deal?
Why don't we just do a stakeout and just find out when nobody's home, and like I don't want to just like walk in there. That seems dumb.
I don't know. I don't think we should just walk in. That's what I'm just saying. Let's
Yeah, you do
the sooner we get out of the school, the better. The better. I'm just saying, once we get out of school, like we can make it that next decision together. At that point, we don't have to break in yet. I'd like to. I mean, it sounds pretty exciting. I mean, that will definitely break up the monotony of my life.
Oh, no, I didn't know there was a roll.
It was 2d6 in mental. If you want to hear about the B and E, you can try to blissfully ignore it. If you want.
I rolled a 10 on that.
What's up?
I rolled a 10 on that, so I'm probably hearing.
Yeah, that's
like,
good. Anything above like a 9, I'm in my head is like, okay, they're having a conversation over here. You know.
Oh dear. Yes, I hear them.
Okay. Would you like to do a robbery? Do it after school.
Is this during class that they're saying?
Yeah, they're having a conversation back there.
Or the teacher hears.
Sorry, you can't see. I just turn towards you and I do like the cut this out, you know?
I give her a smile, like, "Hey, what's up?"
What? You smile back at me?
He's kind of clueless.
Oh boy. I shake my head. No.
He has a
I look back
dejected look.
Dean, I look back at you and shake my head yes.
Thank you. Can I have this? Okay, go to sleep, please. We'll figure it out.
Good night.
Good night. Good job.
Oh boy.
Look,
I am blissfully
just-
unaware of what the hell's going on.
Claire is the one person. You're,
like this is investigative journalism.
Claire, you wish you could ignore it. You're in the back row.
I can't. All I'm hearing is muffling.
Okay, somehow your brain has made it so you can't hear what they're talking about.
Maybe it's for the best.
You were probably just really focused on whatever Duncan was saying.
Yeah, you're really focused on class. Good that somebody is. Good that somebody's focused in class.
I
My
shoot
mom
my
was
hand
actually
up.
going to murder me if I had bad grades.
Okay.
I shoot my hand up in the air.
Oh Lord. Yes.
Mr.
Yes. Go ahead.
Mr. Something or other. May I go to the bathroom, please?
He just makes like he almost cringes his teeth when you try to do like a fake Dutchish kind of. Only if you don't ever do that voice again.
Deal, sir.
We just did the voice.
Oh, sure, that's fine. That was painful.
It was painful for everybody.
I'm gonna have to gargle with salt water now to get that out of my mouth.
When you say you had to use the restroom or something, it's like just go.
I'm going to the bathroom. The comfy lavatory.
I'm not
No.
meeting you, so
Don't do
All right,
anything.
I'm gonna go to the back. I'm gonna go to the restroom, and I'm gonna hang out there until class ends.
Well, at least you won't be disrupting the class. Thanks.
Sorry.
Alright.
This is English, right?
Yep.
So there is PE.
Once again, like when people are all set, I can advance stuff. I just want everybody to have their time to do what they need to. The B&E thing was pretty funny though.
I mean, I'm gonna wait until the end of English and probably sneak out before PE. I'm gonna cut.
Cutting PE. All right.
I've always hated gym.
In that case, I feel like it's a good time for English class to pretty much end. So English class ends.
All right, I go over to you and I'm like, what the hell? Waiting for the teacher to like walk out of the class. I'm like, what the hell were you guys talking about?
Oh, it's called investigative journalism, and
My brother
we're
has
gonna.
forgotten about you too, by the way. That the other thing with Dean just threw him off. So he's just like, it's fine. Just you guys can go on with your day. And then he leaves.
Okay.
Uh,
All right, what is going on? What do you guys? Did you guys figure something out?
I mean, no, but you know, I did notice if you look at them, if you think about it, Linda's house is always on the way to school for
Oh, so you want to go visit after school?
our poor cheerleaders. So I figured we should do some investigative journalism and you know, go investigate her house.
I'm gonna also for two you, but yeah, that her name keeps coming up.
What was that?
Right.
Her name keeps coming up. There's
So
something.
we're
Yeah,
not
Linda
doing-
needs to leave my boy Chad alone. That's what we found.
All right. So did you want to go check out her house after school? I'm guessing.
Well, it's probably better to do it during school because after school she's probably gonna go home.
And her parents are probably
Doesn't
at
she,
work.
doesn't
And
she have cheerleading practice today?
Yeah, but also, you know, I feel like it's just in general better to do this during school hours. Maybe she goes home and like what?
Linda doesn't practice because she's not a cheerleader. Just so
Oh, so there you go. Yeah.
I look at my you see me kind of anxiously hold tight, kind of scrunching my hands together at the mention of leaving school. I was like, I think it's a good idea to go, but honestly, as much as I want to do what I want to do, if my mom finds out that not only did I skip class, I went to somebody else's house, I think I'll be grounded for the rest of the month.
Claire.
Well, that's
Claire, can you give me 2d6 plus mental now that you've got a lot of pieces in front of you?
All right. That was a 12.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. Just crushed it. I wish there was points for just crushing it. Okay, so this is blatantly obvious to you. You know that your other sisters, your older sisters, are actually popular kid types. And that is part of your character's backstory. Unfortunately, that also means they go in the same circles as the cheerleaders. So that means that one of your sisters, if you remember now that you're thinking about it, hangs out with one of the cheerleaders. So she could possibly be in danger at some point. Just it's a thing to remember.
Wow.
You seem like all of those thoughts kind of coming together. You see a look of first anxiety to a little bit of scare, horror, terror. I'm like, oh no.
What's wrong?
So her backstory is that she has two popular sisters. They're basically very in the school.
I remember that. Yeah.
But if they're popular people, they have run in popular circles. and if they run in popular circles, because you guys have been putting pieces together, you go, oh, they could get in danger because like you go to kidnap a cheerleader and my sister could be there, or so it's like one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
Are you guys 100% sure that that going to this house is going to help us?
No.
No,
Okay.
but we won't know until we try.
You need to take care of something.
This is a
'Cause
horrible.
I can
terrible-
read your face. But
It's
You
really
sound-
hard to hear you.
Out of character, you sound like you're in like you're muffling, like you have like there's something covering your mouth or something.
Brother just did the same thing. I'm using some new.
The
Oh,
ear-
is that better?
Much better. I can't actually understand you now.
Okay, yeah, I lost one of my good earbuds, so my mother bought me this cheap set, and they're apparently terrible. So anyway, if you need to take care of something, and I kind of look at you with that like earnest, I know what you're thinking look. Amos and I and I kind of like look over at his seat, and I guess Dean can do it. And I look over at Eddie and Viola, and I'm like, and maybe they'll come along with us, or maybe one of them will come along with you. So if we have to, go and kind of follow a couple different things, and then let's do that. And and I have a way that we can I can keep track of everybody. And I just kind of like look at, the two of you. Don't worry, we can know what's going on.
I want to solve this. I would like, if possible, I would like to solve this quick. I might not
Yeah.
be friends. The bestest. They might not be as close, but there's.
So this is after class,
Yeah,
and we
this-
can all
This
get
is
together.
after class, like we're talking, and we're
Teachers
either at the
left,
locker.
and pretty much the group is gathered around, and people are deciding what tasks they're going to try to divvy up for themselves. And oh yeah, they're discussing a B&E.
Okay, I think that at this point Ed might offer to provide radios so that we might stay in contact.
Radios are cool too.
Big old
yeah, no, let's go with
walkie-talkies.
Are those the ones that make beeping sounds if it goes off? Or is it the nice ones?
Oh, I hope it's not those. Those are so annoying.
Oh no.
You actually have walkie-talkies on you?
Ed keeps at least a radio on them, not like a whole set, but they can go get some.
I mean, do you have to go get them at your house?
Yeah, Ed would have to duck out too.
I feel like that might take too long, and I have something for this. Let's just go and do you want to stay here with Claire and Viola, and then Amos and Dean and I will go take a look around Linda's place, and we'll.
So just to point this out, if we all came, Claire could for example stay outside, and if Linda comes, she could run interference. Be like,
I got a question. Would my character know when have an idea when the cheerleaders meet up for practice?
Yeah.
What days it would be doing?
After school activity. As for what days, I don't know. We'll say Wednesday and Friday.
What day of the week is it?
If this day of the week, it is Tuesday.
All right. There's no cheerleading practice today. Doesn't mean that she doesn't have other things that she does immediately after school. Most of the popular girls tend to go out to the mall and a bunch of other talk about other shitty things.
Yeah.
Linda's not a cheerleader anyway.
Oh no, out of character. That's the Starbucks chick. Not Starbucks chick, but the you know, the chick who likes things that aren't popular.
Oh, okay.
Is that what I remember? She's the
Um,
trendy chick out of character.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, Linda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Linda,
Linda's the.
Linda is a trendy chick who likes vintage clothing and nice scarves, basically.
Of course. All right.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. So, are we gonna all go to her house, or are some of us going to go to her house?
I mean, that's up to
The, the only
that's
other
up to
thing,
everyone.
the only other thing is we didn't investigate that wall.
Yeah, we did.
We did out of character.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
I looked at the other side of it. Oh. Well, I mean, we looked at the other side of it, and I don't know if we actually looked at. We actually looked at the wall itself too, right? And it was just the wall.
Yeah, I thought I did think we
The
looked
outside.
at
Went
it.
outside the
Yeah.
building and you explored
Oh.
the outside of the wall.
All
on the
right.
other side.
All right, I gotta. Okay, so I'll. As much as I think it's just a silly idea, I'll come with you, because if we can figure this out and we can catch if she is the culprit, we can catch her. That means she won't hurt anybody else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really comes down to who is not going on the B&E adventure. That's what we're talking about.
Viola, are you coming with us?
No, this is a terrible idea.
Out of character, this is an absolutely horrible idea. We have no idea what we're doing. We don't know if the school has cameras or if they know how we're going to come back.
I
and
mean,
then we're not going to be.
Are they rich? I mean, only rich people have cameras.
It's a school.
so I
In
was
hindsight,
not. I didn't want to do it like right away.
Oh.
I want to do this. If we could do this after school, I would prefer to do this after
I
school.
mean, okay, that's fine. Let's just do it after school. I just thought it'd be exciting to sneak out of school. That's all.
I thought it made more sense to do it while no one was probably home.
I mean, that was my thought too.
Yeah, and that's fine, but I would maybe do like a little bit of a stakeout and just maybe tail Linda for a bit.
Do you drive?
What were you gonna say, Viola?
We shouldn't do this kind of thing. This is bad.
Well, I think that the tailing and the staking out, that doesn't cross any lines. The breaking in and entering, I definitely can see how that would be a bad idea.
My mom, if we get caught, kiss any after school activities goodbye.
I would say you should just stay outside then. I could be the main, but let's see if we need to go to that point first. But I think going to keeping an eye on her and maybe going to her house and just checking the place out from outside visual, not breaking any laws kind of a standpoint. I think that those are where we start. And if we feel like we're onto something, then maybe we go through her trash or get closer.
And then got it.
Yeah, and then we'll work our way up to B&E. Maybe we'll do some like breaking first, and then we'll do some excessive entry.
Look, or we could just think of a plan to see her inside her house legally.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Let's see if there's anything.
Actually,
on the theme of technical support.
Yeah.
Ed wants to support the group technically because that's what Ed can contribute, and was like, oh, if we're doing a stakeout, I could totally help with that.
How's that?
I have a pretty powerful telescope.
There you go.
I really like astronomy, actually.
See, that's cool. That's useful, and we're not breaking and entering.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's hold back on anything illegal until we stop just seeing the coincidence of her name coming up over and over again, and actually start seeing something that is more tangibly something's going on. That's I think the point that we're all trying to make is once we see something is really seriously going on, then we can make a decision to take it to the next level, whatever that level might be.
Right. I mean, I do
Okay.
agree with that plan.
No, we
Alright.
can't do anything bad or illegal, guys.
I just said that. We just said that.
Oh,
We're gonna do stakeouts aren't illegal.
That's how is it? So at this Viola, I feel like we need we need to get information. How else? What do you suggest then if we can't do a stakeout?
Look,
tie her
we're
up.
not gonna win a Pulitzer Prize if we don't.
Would you like to try to
we-
make friends with her and try to get her to spill the beans or something?
What do you know about? You're asking what you know about Linda.
Yeah.
Okay. Linda is a trendy aficionado kind of person. She goes to places that are like we've described it before. She goes to a coffee place called the Bean. That was suddenly created. It's not
The Bean.
there's no other title. It's literally the Bean. And apparently Dean has went to the Bean as well. Or at least he pretended like he had been there in his conversations with her.
No, they have really great pastry.
She has friends that are along the same lines as like they follow trends, and that's her big thing. We also know that she has a crush / in love with Chad at some level, and we also know that Samantha did not approve of her crush of Chad, and we know that for sure from between all of our information. So that's what we know about her. Now, her personal life, what she does for hobbies, we don't know. We have no idea. No one really is that close to her.
I still feel like there's got to be a way that we can just like talk to her or her parents so that we can get permission to enter her house.
I go over to you and I put a hand on your shoulder, Viola. I feel like this is the only person who could do this. How about you go make friends with her? Go hang out with her. Try
Yeah.
to be. You go do that, and try to figure something out. Maybe see if there's anything going on with her. Maybe you can have a heart to heart with her. And
I've
maybe
already, yeah. I mean, I know
maybe-
her a little bit. I can talk with her.
like truly try to make friends with her.
So
I
yeah.
can't do it. I honestly can't do it. We're too different, and it doesn't feel like it'd be a waste of time for me.
And it's okay to be different.
So
And
the way
then-
I feel like
and
this is
then-
going to
I
play out,
embrace
this
my
class is
difference.
definitely ended by now. And I have a feeling that during PE, you're going to try to get up close to Linda and be her
She's
friend.
in her class. In our class too.
Yeah,
okay.
well, she's not. So gym class is actually, if you think about it, one where other classes would be in the same one. They don't have one class gym. Usually, gym class is like a bigger group. So in this case, I would allow the fact she's not in your classroom, but she would be in the main gym period.
Sure.
Plus, how many gym teachers are they gonna have?
I don't know.
One.
Like one for every. That would be kind of
usually it was on a rotating schedule.
right.
You know,
Okay,
so.
but even then, like, I feel like gym is a combined thing because you want to it's easier to pack them all in.
That's what we do at the school that I work with.
Well, no, it's I remember gym class being bigger than one class.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Well, maybe there's a morning gym class and then an afternoon gym class, maybe something like that. But and then Amos, you and I looked at the outside of that wall, but we never really went and examined the inside of that wall where the thing actually happened. So we could always go and do that as well. If that makes sense.
He's asking Amos if they want to explore the wall where the person went through in the lunchroom area.
Sorry, I had a phone call. Sorry, what was the question? I had to step away for a second.
We checked out the outside of that wall with the person that taken, but do you want to go check out the inside of the wall outside the lunchroom where the person got taken? Maybe there's something that we missed.
I thought we did. I thought it was just like a room, like a very a very like a nothing special room.
That's kind of what I remembered, but maybe
Yeah.
we need to kind
What
of
I
look at
remember, the only details that you got was the music room was located somewhere near there, and there was a stairwell that led up to it, and then to the right was the spot where they went through the wall. Now, as for examining and actually putting your hands on the wall and looking over there, you didn't. So
yeah,
you went
let's go
outside.
do that. Maybe we were a little bit hasty because of everything else going on. Let's go put our hands on that
Sure, I
wall.
mean, can't
Yeah,
hurt, I
maybe-
guess.
Yeah, no,
maybe-
it can't hurt you.
I like to
and
go.
I go phone a friend.
Oh, are you gonna do that? Okay.
I mean, maybe.
So because all right, who is going to gym class and who's going to this wall investigation? Just so I know. Because you probably
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
want
like
to come out to
on or
the
off.
check out the wall?
You asked Ed specifically?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm asking the group in general. Are
I'm
you
asking Ed specifically.
If you extended the invitation, Ed would take it.
Yeah. It's maybe your more analytical mind will see something that my supernatural geared mind might not miss.
Yeah, I mean, Ed is trying to basically disprove that there's actually anything supernatural and is pretty interested in doing so.
I'll be Scully, you be Mulder, or
Just
you be Scully, and I'll be Mulder.
I'm gonna be coming with you guys.
yeah, I'm coming as well.
Oh,
As
that's
well.
fair.
Viola,
But
like,
go ahead.
no, you first.
Well, just to point this out, Ed has magical powers and talks.
I'm aware of that. Yes.
And theoretically, yeah, I'm saying we are not yet aware of that, but in plot of this game, Ed has magical powers and doesn't believe in the supernatural,
That is also
I mean,
which is a little.
Yes.
Just remember, no, you have to
Ed
remember,
thinks that maybe they were just having a bad trip or something.
I thought that you could have like your superpowers could be, like Batman has money, or you're super intelligent. Like you don't have to have
no. It is specific. There has to be a magical transformation for it to work. That is part of the game.
All right, fair enough.
But
I
magical
wasn't sure about that.
transformation could be like armor that clinks onto you. It could be like Ronin warriors, or it could be like whatever the hell you want. But
Well, I guess we'll find out, right?
you'll find out, yeah, at some point.
Yep. Okay.
Actually,
So, all right. Well, let's the four of us will go this way, and Viola, you can go talk to Linda, and I kind of look over to see again. And I'm like, I feel like we're forgetting something, but it's probably not that important.
Okay. So
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Viola, would you like one of us to come with you, or do you think you can do this by yourself?
She's actually brushing her teeth right now. So give me a second, and I'll ask in a moment.
How you liking it so far? Cool. We're an animated group.
You think there's a Borders in this town?
No, but this
Probably not.
It's probably a regular book. It's 19. Was it 90? It's like 95 or 96.
Yeah.
It's probably just like regular bookstores too. So
There might be a Walden Books.
there you go.
Walden Books.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All the way from the toilet.
I'll strike that. I never heard it. I never heard you
There's some
say that.
significance to Walden Books. Like, what is that?
Oh, Walden Books was owned by the Borders Group.
One question. Did
It
you
was just a
want to
smaller bookstore.
to the wall, or do you just want to go to gym class and try to talk to Linda?
Explore the wall.
The wall where the lady disappeared through.
Yeah, if they want to explore the wall and I'll talk to Linda, that sounds fine.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know if you wanted to go with them or go that way. Okay. So yeah, Viola decides to go to gym class because it'll be faster to talk to Linda. That's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. You guys I'm just gonna zoom ahead here because we've been tracking back. So we're zoomed to you guys at the wall. What are you going to do to the wall exactly?
I'm gonna touch it first.
You
So
got.
does the wall look like a normal wall, or
It looks like a standard connector wall between two lunchrooms, except it does have like a faint powdery, without even any rolls, a faint powdery-ish black material in that area.
I'm gonna
take out some
tissue.
something, get some tissue, something that I can kind of get a sample of that with, and be like, if I ever become a scientist, I will explore this.
All right. I got a question.
Sure.
In Claire's dream that she had, does she remember exactly what happened afterwards?
You don't
Like-
remember. You remember being one of them and then grabbing someone, but you don't know where you went. You just were like you were in that mode of I am a dog and you're or something and traveling along the ground with that low camera angle, and then you grab the person and then you just push to somewhere.
if Ed encountered this powdery substance, he would taste it.
Sulfur.
Got it.
Go study.
I'm
Sulfury.
gonna push my hand against the
With a
wall.
little hint of you don't know what. You know what I mean? Like some other thing, but definitely sulfur.
Got it.
I'm gonna hand the sample that I took to Ed and like, you might be better off with this.
Okay.
Okay. Claire, do you want to do anything to the wall besides?
I'm gonna put my hand again. I'm gonna push my hand against it, see if anything happens at first before I do my next action.
All right. I want you to roll 2d6 and your mystical connection. No, hold on. Let me look at the stat sheet. I don't have it in front of me. Shit. Character sheet.
Is this an action that we'd be able to help with? Because that's exactly the same thing I was gonna do.
More like you could have, but you didn't know they were gonna just do it right then. You know what I mean? Like if you were like, okay, guys, the plan is we're gonna do this together. But in this case, it's just gonna be 2d6 and mystical.
7.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
A 7.
7. It does when you try to channel into it, it does feel a little warm.
I'm gonna try to focus in on it and see if I can I got a question. I'm gonna try using it all fits together. It says I'm gonna try to what is it? Try to it specifically it's what is it? Ink.
So the one thing I was gonna ask. Oh, sorry.
We gotta switch.
Oh yeah. She's going to bed, so we're gonna switch the mics around.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Good night.
For the game. See you
Nice. Now we can do illegal stuff.
Now that the good girl's out of the party.
What? What'd you say, Brian? Can't hear you. We can't hear you, Brian. Hello? Hello? Brian, are
Okay.
you there?
Let me just undo the sound. All right, here we go.
What I'm gonna try to do is I had a dream of being one of those things. I'm using my I'd like to use my moves that all fits together to try
Which
to
move are you trying to do? Is it an everyday move? I'm guessing it isn't.
it's an everyday identity.
Oh, really? What's the everyday identity move? Hold on.
It's under Dreamer. It's the first one under
Dreamer.
Dreamer. I'm trying to interfere with whatever they're doing to maybe have it open up or
Okay. Let me do that real quick. Sorry. Let's further down. Dreamer. All right, so you're interfering with it?
I'm trying to interfere with it, so whatever is happening is it maybe have it like open up or something or interfere with making it like it looks like it's either an illusion of some sort or I'm just trying I guess I'm trying to interfere to see if it's going if I can get it or either to open up or take whatever illusion is going on
Gotcha.
over it, or I'm throwing rock darts in the dark.
Okay. I had a dream. Where is? It's the witch, right? That's the one you have.
No, I'm under 27, page 27.
Thank you. I should have just looked at your sheet, but I was just being dumb. Dreamer, prophecy, live in the world of dreams. The experience of the world helps you better fill in the blanks in this world better. Is it Life of Dreams? You're sorry, can you repeat
No,
it?
it's all fits together. The first
Oh,
one.
okay, gotcha. Your dreams, your sense of time, mystical. Oh, I see.
You see what I'm trying to do?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Like I close my eyes and I put my hands again, and I really,
Yeah. Target finds something you'd left for them, knowingly or not. This is something. All right. Sure, go for it.
If I fail, you get to do something cool.
Oh, I know. I'm just reading exactly how it's stated because I was making sure that you didn't have to transform to do any of this stuff. But nope, this is all legit. So everybody's holding that transformation card really close to their chest.
I'm not. My transformation is not one that normal people would want to see. It is. That's an 11.
Okay, out of 11, you can hold 2. So you can pick one from the list, or you kind of tell me what you want to do, and I will try to find something. Let's say cause an accident. That could be funny. I assume if you think that this is related to that person, you could try to inflict damage on them psychically by screwing with their magic. That could be funny.
I would like to try to screw with them. Whatever magic they're trying to do, I'm trying to stop them and trying to interrupt whatever spell that they are casting.
I'm gonna love the cut through to when Claire does her sequence. That's gonna be great. I can't wait for that. Okay.
I'm basically cursing her.
No, I know, and it's gonna be hilarious. Don't worry about it. All right. You reach in with your magical power. Kind of your hand glows a little bit. It's unavoidable. The portal, there's like sort of like almost like a portalish shimmer, and you definitely connected with something. And you don't know exactly what you did because it's not that kind of thing, but you know you definitely caused harm. Do you do it again? You got hold 2.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay. I'll just mark that in my notes.
I'll do it again.
Okay, that's fine. That's gonna be funny.
If she's intentionally harming other people and possibly maybe my own family in the future, and
no, I know. I don't.
No mercy.
Yeah, I don't judge the actions of others. This is gonna be funny. Okay. Yeah. All right. You definitely did something that was unpleasant to that person.
What do we see? What do we see her doing?
You see her put her hand to the wall. Her hand glows a faint greenish, sickly color because she's not doing nice things, and the wall like shimmers slightly. I think the best way to put it is she's definitely touching like a membrane of some sort over there, and it ripples. So she's doing something probably not so good to this person.
So I'd like to kind of like lean into that a little bit if I can. So I have I have a gifted talent is my normal, is my everyday, and mine is a wish, and I don't have any ability to do any kind of damage,
Right.
but I do have the ability to wish. It says like I have the ability to like to open a door that's not a door or window that's unlocked, or I have the ability to unlock a simple mechanical lock, or lift something that's 5 pounds. Like I don't know if any of these things kind of like I'm looking for some way to kind of now that I can see that the wall is kind of illusionary, I'm trying to find some way to like help us to push through it. So I mean, if it's a door in a sense, as the magic is being attacked, I'm wondering if I would have the ability to just kind of push it aside. You know, if I'm stretching or.
I don't think it's gonna work that way, just for the fact that like what she's doing is she's affecting the magic that was used over here because it was recent. It was just like last period or whatever. Yeah, it might seem like longer, but it was only like an hour ago. So it's not like she's opening a door. She's just grabbing the magic that already exists here and doing something with it. So it's not like you have like access to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so because they went through it, I didn't know if it still was acting as a portal, as a doorway.
Not currently, no. It's acting as
That's fine, that's
traces of
fine.
magic that she left behind.
All right.
Or
So
they.
is there maybe there's a regular move that I might be able to look at? If you can think of one, if not, then I'll just kind of look through them and see if there's something I can maybe figure out to do. Somebody else wants to go. That's cool.
Let's see. Did you track them? Did you track them that way? You don't really have access to a way to track magic in that way.
Not yet.
I mean, if you did a physical or a mental roll, you just discover that there's more of the footprints that you guys already knew were going to be here. The sulfur has already been examined. Unfortunately, not a lot to be learned from this at the moment. Oh, sorry. For Eddie, it's a new experience because there are little sulfury footprints that look like dog prints in the hallway. They haven't been swept up.
Eddie would write that down
Okay.
and examine it.
So is there a chance to do like a glimpse of the truth here? Just to
Yeah, you could try that. That's true. Derek could have done that too.
So I'm gonna hold on.
I'll leave that to you though, because I'm not great at mental. So I'm trying to lean into either anything that's persona based or mystical based.
The mystical thing is not quite the mystical thing that you could do, and the persona basis, there's not really like a persona thing to do right now. You know what I mean? You're not conversing.
I'm trying to get a little bit more attuned to the different regular moves because I haven't really gone through them as well.
So I'm gonna think about this, what we learned here with the pause and the sulfur and the traces of magic, right?
Okay.
Yeah, could I glimpse the truth? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is. We're gonna go.
Yeah,
we're going one at a time, though.
But also, I'm gonna think about it clearly and deeply, and my head starts getting bigger and bigger.
Oh my!
And bigger as I think about this very, very deeply and clearly.
Eddie's right there, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
Okay, that's cool.
Again, it's like it's possible that like the whole
head is like a bobblehead. It's not right.
What are you talking about?
Sure, you know
You
what?
look like Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, have you not seen? Anyway, hold on.
Proceed.
Unfortunately,
try to be quiet.
I only got hold on. Where? Oh, wait, mental 2. Hold on, sorry, I lost my dice. That's a 5 plus 2, and I get plus 1 from pensiveness. So that's 8, which is not great.
Not bad, that's on a fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does the sulfur or the trace of magic mean anything to us?
Anytime you've seen the sulfur or the magical traces, it's always been like these dogs. That's the obvious thing. Does it mean anything directly to you? Not really, except for the fact that that's always the traces and stuff that you get when one of these things shows up.
Right, but why would there be sulfur?
It's traveling through a place that deposits that when it enters and leaves.
Okay, so it's like it's on its feet, it's just kind of stuck to it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so like kind of like dirt when dogs track dirt into your house. Okay. So where's a
Sulfur.
place that has a lot of sulfur? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, is that something I can roll on, or
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, sure.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
okay.
that would
Yeah.
be a 10 for Glimpse of the Truth.
Okay. Where would I have a lot? Um, the concentrations of sulfur that you tasted, because you literally tasted it, are really high. Like it would have to be like a mine, like a sulfur mine, like
Yeah.
or somewhere like you don't have that nearby. That's not something you you know you don't have a local sulfur mine.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So it's passing through an area with sulfur, but also again you didn't detect what the other there was some other tastes in there that you don't know what they are off the top of your head. But I mean, if you were, and again, if you were a religious person, which or you thought non-scientifically, maybe they're passing through some sort of weird dimension that the sulfur gets stuck on them as they go through it. But that's not scientific.
No, Ed would have that thought and keep it back there and not talk about that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, who the hell is Dean?
What's that?
I said, where the hell is Dean? 'Cause you were in the bathroom, and we never went and got you.
No, I guess I returned to the group because nobody came to find me.
What, you weren't stalking Linda
yeah.
this entire time?
Oh, you're in the back. Oh, you completely forgot about you. Sorry, dude.
So originally we left you there because you had to go and do something, and then we just decided to leave you there.
No, I was trying to sneak. I left the class early to not draw attention to two students
no,
disappearing simultaneously.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then we decided to not do the B&E.
Yeah.
I did literally
by
tell you that
now
I'm
I've
not
come-
gonna join you when you were like, join me for this. But
I mean, it made a lot of sense. Well, it's really it's too bad that you didn't. Whatever. See if I invite you to my birthday party. All right, what's going on here?
We're just trying to figure out what's going, what we can determine about this thing going through the wall. Claire decided that she was going to use something really fun that I wish I could do. No, don't worry about it. It's cool. You don't have to explain it.
No. You can continue. I'll say my thing after.
So I was gonna say, whatever Claire did, maybe we could kind of follow that in a sense and see if maybe we can figure out who might be affected by that. If just kind of keep an eye out as we move around in the next little while. If we see anybody who looks like they're in pain or anguish of any kind.
They deserve
So what were you
it.
gonna say, Claire?
I touched the wall.
What are you trying to do exactly?
Just feeling it.
Okay. It feels like a wall, except it's got like a powdery substance on it. You put your hand through it.
This is weird.
Is it still warm?
No, not by now. It would have been if it was earlier, but no, it is not really still warm.
So you think you might have hurt someone?
Oh, I know I hurt someone. They deserve it.
All right, well,
Now we know that they'll be on the lookout for someone who's suffered an unfortunate accident.
I mean, it's too.
And
They
they'll
probably
be a culprit.
are you sure it was human?
Probably. I imagine the person who's been casting these spells is probably doing it for some petty reason in the first place. And it really sounds like it's my guess. It's Linda. I just interfered with her magic, and it might just left a little rebound to her. She might be suffering some sort of.
Is there any chance that she might know or whoever it is might know that you did this, or are they going to be unaware of who did it?
Out of character, would my character know this? Or can I make a roll?
Oh, after the fact, sure. You can. No, you're a magical character. You're like a witch, basically. So you know that yes, while you have damaged her because of her own folly, she might be able to track it back, depending.
She
Okay,
could
so-
possibly track it back to me, but look at that. That's the case. Then she'd come after me next, and you guys would be by me, and we can all deal with it then.
So I have telepathy. So I had a character. I have telepathy as my I think it's my magical trait. I think is what it is. Yeah. And it gives me the ability to be linked to my teammates. What if I were to do the same thing? If I were to transform now, would I know this? But if I transform now, do I feel like I might be able to touch the wall and then follow the magic back and get a better read as to who or what is on the other side of this magic using the telepathy ability? You can keep track of your team anywhere on Earth, but not beyond.
But it specifies team, though. It doesn't specify villains or you know what I mean. Like,
Sure, but that's why I'm asking before I decide to transform and do something that would if I'm touching it and I mean because this doesn't ask for any kind of a role to be able to do that, but maybe I could use my mystical role to see if I could then use telepathy to do something more than what it would normally do. I guess is kind of what I'm asking.
Yeah, I just want to look at the page number for telepathy and see what it.
I can tell you what page it is. It's 35.
Okay, because it wasn't on your sheet, so I would just look.
Yeah, I might have wrote it afterwards. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. 35. Yeah, that writing the page number thing super handy.
Yeah, no, I realize that now. I think you said it after the fact, and so I went through and wrote down which is
30. Oh, I see it.
35.
Team's mind. You keep track of anywhere on Earth. Anyone in another dimension or in space is too far away. Team's minds. Okay, so anyone in this group, you would know where they are pretty much at all times, and you could talk to them mentally.
But only when I'm transformed. So
Right.
again, my question is, so that's like a passive ability.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if I were to focus in and make a roll, would I be able to then use that telepathic ability to tap into this?
No, I will allow it. However, if there is a failure, it will not be good. I will give you that warning.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure about that. So I guess I'm gonna finally play my card, and I'm gonna go. All right, everybody. I'm gonna see if I can finally kind of crack this. And Dean's gonna pull his hood up over his head, but as he does, he kind of just falls into shadow right there in the room. His face goes whiter and more gaunt. His eyes start to turn kind of reddish, and the slightest little bit of fangs actually show up on his top lip. Kind of poking out from under his top lip. And
that's normal, Eddie, right? I'm just kidding.
So are you like a vampire?
He looks pretty vampiric at this point. He looks like, hey guys, don't be too freaked out, but
look cool.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I knew you'd like it. And I'm gonna turn.
He's just staring at you.
Put both hands on the wall and just like press myself, my hands as hard as I can against them, and try to concentrate on the magic and try to get it telepathic.
Let me describe what you're doing. You're opening a mental connection to a random magic thing that is on this wall, right? That's what you're doing.
Sure am.
Okay, so roll 2d6 in mystical. what's a mystic? And yeah, we're gonna see how that plays out.
Hold on a second. Let me find my dice
Oh,
roller.
we actually find what the actuals. I always say the wrong. No, mystical was right that time. Yay, I said it right. So you.
So I rolled a 6, and I have 2, so +2 to mystical. That is an 8. So it's not a complete failure, but it's definitely not a complete success.
Okay. Man, this is like a whole shit ton of sequence. I'm gonna try to summarize it a little bit.
Yeah.
Your hands reach in to not reach into it, but your mind reaches into the space where the magic is, and it travels through green and red void, and you feel like, how do I explain it? Uneasy, awful, terrible, to try to find where its source is. So you're following this through this green and reddish, horrible place, and you make a mental connection with someone. And this is gonna be great when we cut back, because she, luckily, due to the thing that happened just before this, she's not gonna notice. So this will be really funny. You mentally connect with someone. Finally, I've got answers. You just hear this gurgling sound. You can't even get words. You just hear gurgling and vomiting, and like, this is luckily, whatever this is distracted by vomiting.
Oh, so if it is Linda, Linda is.
I didn't say that.
Well, no, but I'm just saying whoever it is vomiting profusely. So in that case, since they're already in pain, and I've reached out mentally to touch them, I'm going to then use my vampiric touch, which is basically like an attack. You can add.
Don't you have to be touching them to do that? You have to actually physically touch them.
I didn't know if this mental connection might work. So let me just read it real quick because I haven't read it in a while. You can add life drain to your attack. You heal back as many points as you inflict. It doesn't say anything about. I mean, other than the fact that it's called vampiric touch. But I'd have to but I would have to make it some kind of a. Seems like I'd have to make some kind of a physical attack, so maybe that wouldn't work.
I don't think it's gonna work. Sorry.
No, I've already pushed it too far, so that's fine. But I can confirm that someone somewhere is vomiting profusely. So I'm gonna turn back and be like, whoever it is getting sick everywhere. We have to go figure out where this person is right now, because we can catch him red-handed right now.
I'm still staring at him like, okay.
Can you see if you can get some like sense of where that person is, like location wise?
Yeah. Can I get any kind of any sense of where they are?
Gym class.
Like, are they in PE?
Of course.
Yeah, of course they're in PE. Yeah, they're in PE. That we got to get to PE right now.
We have a good excuse why we're late.
I don't know. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's just see if we can catch this person who's vomiting profusely. At least we can see who it is. Maybe it's going to be such a distraction. Maybe it's going to be such a distraction that the PE teacher won't even notice that we.
Actually, that's not wrong. Yeah, let's get out of here.
It gets better because you are mentally connected. You kind of see through their eyes, right? You're like we're one. So you see you're vomiting, and then like you see, God, you see Viola being like, "Hey, let's be." No, really. Just having this conversation.
It's definitely Linda. Let's go.
All right, we head over to PE.
All right, let's go.
I'm
So wait,
probably gonna,
okay. So once we get to PE, what do we do? Like,
Wait, once you get to PE, it's probably gonna fade to black. Also, because it's almost 11. But
right?
Yeah,
but
I think it's
also,
pretty efficient.
like, what do we like? Are we gonna just point at Linda and be like, she did it? Like,
No. We just need confirmation for ourselves so we can deal with it later. We don't
Yeah.
need, we're not like
Yeah.
reporting her to anybody. We're just gonna deal with her.
Once we know there's Linda, breaking into her house makes more sense. Tracking her, keeping a heavy watch on her makes more sense. We
Just
know
catch her
who-
red-handed. Yeah.
we know who's doing this, and we can probably also find some way to corner her and demand that she release the other two cheerleaders.
Blackmail
We can
her.
also stop her. We can stop her from hurting anybody else. That's the number one. We want to stop her from hurting anybody else, but we also want to get her to let go of the other two girls, and then we can, because she might not be necessarily some evil thing. She might just be messing with magic she shouldn't be messing with.
Yeah, how do we know this
but
wall doesn't just lead to the bean?
The Venus some super secret fucking alternate dimension where cultists go to
There's a reason why that pastry is so damn good.
I've been to the bean, and no one will be throwing up like this at the bean.
Okay.
oh,
Brian, I sent you a message.
okay.
So I'd say we all I look at Amos, whose head is all swollen, and I'm like, do we stay like this or do we go back?
I mean, it probably stops swelling. Probably like stop swelling after a little while, Like,
it
swells up when I'm like thinking about stuff.
It's all deflated and wrinkly like a balloon that got too inflated and it's now like shrunk back down like too much.
Sure.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna transform back into my normal self and like, all right, let's go. Come on, sit to the PE.
Let's go.
Okay. I'm just gonna close us off with the PE thing because that's just funnier for a fade out. So you guys rush over to PE, and of course she's still vomiting because this was bad. It was 2 damage worth of vomiting. So, let's just give it a perspective. You have 10 health. A normal person has 10 health. Okay, and you've done 2 damage in vomiting. So just everywhere.
oh shit, guys, she's probably gonna get sent home.
She's probably close to it. Like,
Probably that they're gonna send her home or to the hospital.
You better get there fast then.
But this would be great as a cross shot because Viola's gonna still have her conversation before that happens. So that's gonna be fun to play out. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave it with.
We're gonna open with. That's awesome.
Exactly what you think. It's gonna open exactly the way you think.
Yeah. I assume Heather probably doesn't actually watch these, so she's probably not even going to see this coming. Like
she might have heard me say it, but
talking with Linda. So let's go. You're talking with Linda, and then suddenly she just gets this look on her face and she just gets vomited on. Awesome. Well, this has been very educational.
You're welcome.
Of course.
Oh, that's so bad. So you guys walk around the corner and basically to where Jim is, and she's covered and stuff, and then that's where we fade out. I think that makes the most sense. I hope you had a great first session. This is what this group is like. Enjoy.
I don't always play the me character, please know that. It's either really goody two shoes, happy, let's make friends, or it's this.
I know, but that's the scenes that I mean, that's a great narrative scene. I'm like, sure, that seems like it's gonna be fun. Let's play that out.
I generally play the dark, mildly sociopathic, utilitarian character. So that's kind of my shtick.
Oh.
So, all right, I gotta go, everybody.
Yeah, that's
talk to you
about time to
soon.
wrap
And
up.
I gotta go to
will.
work tomorrow. I gotta get up in like 5 or 6 hours. So talk to you guys later.
Yep, I'm
Have a
gonna
good
up.
night, everybody.
Good
Bye,
night.
bye,
See you guys.
boy.
Good night.